It's a bop.
Thanks.
Like, it's giving me old Demi vibes. Like,
yes. I love that you know old Demi vibes.
My God. Are you kidding me? Did you forget? Do you know how many times I've cried over that in my bedroom? Like, I would,
God.
but like in a good way, like therapeutic. And I'd be like, Demi's with me. Are you kidding me?
If we repeat some of this, just pretend like it didn't happen before, because this is all great.
Yeah, we need to stop. Are we ready, guys?
Let's get started.
What is up, Daddy Gang? It is your founding father, Alex Cooper, with Call Her Daddy.
Demi Lovato, welcome to Call Her Daddy.
Thank you.
It is such an honor to have you here, and I want to say it's a big deal you're here for many reasons.
Oh my God, thank you.
Of course. But I've had sometimes people like come on if they're like a fan of the show, but you are the first person I have ever had on Call Her Daddy whose mom is a fan of Call Her Daddy. Shout out Demi's mom.
Yes. My mom loves this podcast. And she was like, you have to say hi. I was like, of course.
We are recording this just before your 30th birthday.
Yes.
Leo season. What does turning 30 mean to you?
Turning 30, what it means to me is like, to be honest, I've had a little anxiety. My 20s were like such a mess. Like I was trying to figure myself out. I didn't know who I was. A lot of shit happened. And then I kind of like over the past couple years have eased into who I am. And then this year I'm like, oh, I know who I am. So turning 30 to me has been like, I'm excited for my 30s and what that holds.
I love that. And I really want to normalize that because I feel like there's such pressure in society of like, when you hit 30, like figure it out. And it's like, what the fuck? No, 20s are meant to do all the fuck ups. And then 30s is when it's like, let me come into my own and really figure myself out.
Yes,
So
exactly.
I love that.
Thank
You were one of the voices of our generation. I started listening to your music in middle school, crying up against the window. Did you forget?
Yes!
Like fully singing all my heartbreaks. I'm like curled up with Demi. I feel like I already know you. Like truly, it's been a roller coaster. I feel like I've literally known you for so long, and I still love your fucking music.
Oh, thank you.
Were you always a natural performer?
I think that performer, no, I wasn't always a natural performer. I had some like adjusting that I had to do over time. I started performing on tour with the Jonas Brothers when I was 15. And I went from my first show in June of like 2008. It had like 100 people, to July, my first show with the Jonas Brothers was 18,000 people. So I had to like learn how to perform on these massive stages. And it was super intimidating. I was so nervous, but like I figured it out and I found my groove. But I have always been a vocalist. Like, you know, singing has always come natural to me. My first time singing on stage was when I was like 5 and at my talent show in kindergarten.
What did you sing?
Celine Dion's My Heart Will Go On. Which is like one of the hardest songs to sing, but I was like, yeah, I'm gonna tackle that.
I was just about to say Demi. I'm like thinking like, ooh, like maybe like a pop song. She's like Celine Dion. Like what's that? I'm like, Demi, you just go right for the most iconic singer, hardest song to sing, like classic. Okay, so someone had a little confidence back then. There you go. I love that.
Yeah. And my mom, like, also, I was raised with like Aretha Franklin and vocalists like that. And then when I started learning vocalists that were in the era of when I was growing up, it was Christina Aguilera and Kelly Clarkson, and those were the singers that I gravitated to because they did things with their voices that I couldn't, and I wanted to learn how. So I made it my mission and was like, whoever is really, really talented, I want to do what they do. And so I just sang and sang and sang my little heart out until I could hit the same notes as them.
And then you eventually absolutely got there.
Thanks.
So for someone watching this, kind of going back to your childhood a little bit.
Yeah.
To kind of paint the picture, you're growing up and your parents split when you were really young. Mm-hmm. Did your biological dad have any input when you began working as a kid?
No. So my biological dad, he was mentally ill and had a lot of addiction problems. And so he wasn't really in my life at all. I mean, I was the one that would reach out and call him, but like he was really sick mentally. And so over the years, I slowly stopped reaching out and calling him because he was so sick. It was hard to have conversations with him. He was schizophrenic and he had delusions. And so our conversations went from, how are you? I miss you, to I'm doing a movie with Steven Spielberg and Jodie Foster's my girlfriend. And I'm like, okay, we like can't talk anymore. And so I guarded myself from that relationship, and he didn't have a say, but he was proud. He was really proud. When I would talk to him, he was really proud.
And there was a lot to be proud for. Technically, your start in the business was you started in pageants, right?
Yes, I started in beauty pageants when I was 7. And my first like big win was Mini Miss Texas. Yeah, that was my introduction. And then from there, I got an acting coach and I started doing acting.
In your documentary, Simply Complicated, your mom, who was a former Dallas Cowboys cheerleader, she acknowledges her emphasis on being skinny and being perfect affected you.
Yeah.
How did your mom's opinion about herself affect your opinion about yourself?
Well, look, my mom had an eating disorder. And so naturally, someone that's in their eating disorder who isn't aware of it can pass on things to their child. And so I put a lot of pressure on myself and in the beauty pageants to look a certain way. I mean, I'm going to go on the record here and say like beauty pageants are awful for children's self-esteem, and like they teach you to ignore your emotions until you go to your hotel room, and that's when you can cry it out. And it was this toxic environment of like who's more beautiful and things like that, and at such a young age it confuses you. And so over the years I developed my own eating disorder, and that bled into my career as well.
When you're performing, you have to be okay. You got to go up there, you got to put a smile on your face, got to make everyone else feel great. But that's not how you felt on the inside. What do you remember depression feeling like as a 7-year-old?
As a 7-year-old, when my depression started to kick in, it was more of like this fascination of death. And for some reason, I had this like understanding that life was only going to get more difficult. And so I had suicidal ideations from age of 7. So much so that like my school called my parents, and they had me sign like this contract saying that I wouldn't do anything to myself. And so I entered therapy and guidance counseling at the school at 7 years old. And you know, it's something that I still deal with occasionally, and I just think it's a part of, it's just something that I've learned to accept and manage.
Yeah. When your parents got that call and you got into therapy, was there like regular check-ins? And because you were working also at the time at a young age, like was there a regimen of like checking in on Demi and making sure she was okay?
I was so young that I don't really remember. And I remember the person that actually saw the contract was my great grandmother, because I went to her house afterwards, and she was like, well, please don't do that. Like, are you okay? And so, yeah, there was probably check-ins, but I don't really remember them because I was so young.
What was your peer dynamic when you were in school?
My peer dynamic when I was in school was difficult. You know, I was thrown from being on Barney, where I homeschooled for like a year. Then I went back to school, and I'd actually learned more when I was homeschooling, to where like when I went back to school, I was like helping her show the class, like, this is what I've learned and blah, 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 blah. But when I went back to school, you know, there was a lot of drama. There was a lot of, it was the 6th grade, 7th grade drama. That's the worst. It's the absolute worst with preteen girls. They're just mean.
That age is when like I personally know like bullying started for me. Like that is the worst fucking age. That's when it all goes down. What were you bullied for?
So there was this whole incident where the main week that I was bullied, I had actually gotten the opportunity. I was already performing at like, you know, USO bases and like little car dealerships here and there that would have like festivals and whatever. I had the opportunity to open for JoJo, the singer. And this was when Get Out Leave was like on top of the charts. And as a preteen, we're all like, go JoJo, because she's our age, right?
Absolutely.
So anyways, I had the opportunity to open for her, and I invited one of the girls that was in my clique of friends, and I got the opportunity to go backstage and meet her after I opened for her, and the other girl didn't. And I used her camera. It was like this disposable camera. And when I got back to school, she gave me all the pictures from the show, but the one of me and JoJo was missing. And I was like, where did that one go? And she was like, oh, it just didn't develop. And I was like, bitch, like I know that it developed and you're just salty about it. Right. So that week turned into like hell for me. And all of a sudden there was drama around that, the picture not showing up, but then people took sides. And I remember it was like Mean Girls, like walking into the cafeteria where like the popular girls hated me. Anybody that wanted to be popular hated me. The popular guys hated me, and they have all the power in school. And at one point I was like hiding in a bathroom, and I called my mom and I was like, I need to get out of here. They signed a suicide petition. They passed it around and got people to sign it saying, if we want Demi to kill herself. And it was awful. And so and they said some other mean stuff in there that like was just really hurtful. And so I ended up leaving and homeschooling, and it was a blessing in disguise because it gave me motivation to keep going, and it also gave me all this free time after I did my schoolwork to practice music for 3-4 hours a day. And I did that for years.
You were kind of getting bullied, I think, because you were having success, right? Like you were kind of starting to make it. People were jealous. At that age, they're super insecure. We all know how that goes. But do you think you then leaned into your craft because it was kind of like your escape from what you'd been going through?
I leaned into my craft, but I also leaned into my eating disorder, because the reasons that they gave me for bullying, where they were like, you're a slut, you're a whore. Meanwhile, I'm 12 and I've only had my first kiss. And they were like, and you're fat. And they started calling the house saying they were from Jenny Craig and they wanted Demi. And so I was like, well, I guess that's their reason for me being hated so much. I guess it's because I'm fat. And I developed an eating disorder at 12. And it was really hard. But yes, at the same time, I used it as motivation. Like, I'm going to make my name so in your face that you can never escape me again. And it felt really good when that finally came true.
So you make it to Disney Channel.
Yes.
Which I was saying is basically winning an Oscar as a child. Like at that age, are you kidding? Let's watch a Disney Channel movie. I'm like, okay, like can you tell I've literally watched all of it?
I did too. I did too.
Everything. To paint the picture, like who was also acting on Disney around that same time as you?
It was the golden era of Disney. I mean, there was one golden era where it was like Raven and Hilary Duff, and then it like moved into this other golden era where it was like Hannah Montana had just started like a year or so before. High School Musical had just happened. Selena was on Wizards. And I auditioned for the Jonas Brothers TV show. And I was up for the role of their like female best friend or whatever. And I remember I didn't get it and I was crushed. I was heartbroken. But Disney was like, but we want to see you for these other 2 projects. And I was like, okay. Like I had taken the hardest no in my life, and I was just like, I don't know if I want to go audition again, but I will. Mm-hmm. So I did. I went and auditioned, and I ended up booking them both. One was Sunny with a Chance and one was Camp Rock. So like that for me was like, I get my own movie and my own TV show. Are you kidding? Like on Disney Channel. And I knew my life was about to change.
Was there competition amongst the big actors on Disney?
Even though I'm a competitive person, I really like quieted that voice because I was like, it's not worth it. We all have our own talents. And that's why I'm not jealous of any artist today, is because like we all have our own lanes and someone has to fill my lane, you know?
As like a young girl watching those shows, I was always like, Demi seems like she would, like, I could be friends with her.
Oh, thank you.
Like eating my hair in my room, being like, I could be friends with Demi.
Eating my hair, literally the most perfect perfect hair, by the way. We've already had this conversation.
But it is funny because you really gave that vibe of like relatable and like someone that you could be friends with.
It was the bangs. The Camp Rock bangs. It was the bangs.
It was the bangs, and you brought the bangs back today. Okay. What pieces of your personal life did Disney have a say on once you started working with them?
Whew. So there were expectations on you to be a role model because all of a sudden you're thrust into that position, whether you want to be or not. Like, you're on shows that kids are watching. You can't be seen at a party with a red cup in your hand because it looks like it could be alcohol. And people online, like, there was this website called Ocean Up, and Ocean Up would just like take all scandalous things that were happening to Disney actors and put it on there. And so we lived in fear of that website. It wasn't really ever Disney saying, you can't do this, you can't do that. But if something happened, there would be conversations. And I will say that, like, that pressure of you're replaceable was always there, not necessarily ever said by Disney, but they didn't have to, because it was like, Disney is the hottest thing for teenagers to be on. And there are millions of kids that want to be in your place. And so you have to be on your best behavior, or else, you know, there's the next girl in line that could book the movie that you're supposed to be in. What people don't know is that the amount of work we had to do. Every year I filmed a season of a TV show, I went on tour, I made an album, and I shot a movie. And I did that for like 3 or 4 years. I think it was 3. But if I had a hiatus from my show, I would have the tour bus pull up to the studio and take me on tour for 1 week. Or I would fly to London to do promo. And I remember one day I woke up, I was so tired and like just drained from how much work I was doing as a 16-year-old. I woke up and I just started crying, and my mom was like, what's wrong? And I was like, I'm so tired. And then she started crying too. She was like, me too. And it was like this sad, kind of hilarious moment. And we were like, okay, put ourselves together. We got to do this. And so there was this extreme workload that I think put a lot of pressure on us. And that's why some of us I personally turned to, if you're going to work me like an adult, I'm going to party like an adult. And that at 16, 17 wasn't healthy at all.
When you had that moment with your mom, do you wonder if she ever thought to be like, hey, like, you don't have to, you know?
I think my parents were also under the, impression that someone will take your place if you don't commit to this stuff. And so I'd sit down with my management and my dad, and we'd go over the schedule. And the thing was, I was also bipolar. And I was unmedicated. So there would be times where I'd have this, like, all this energy, and I'd look at my schedule and be like, I can do that. Plus, this is the cover of Cosmo. Like, I want to do that. It's cover of 17. Like, I want to do that. I didn't want to miss anything. I had like major FOMO if I did. So I just kept on pushing. But then by the time it would get there, I'd fall into like a depression, and it'd be really hard to work.
At that age, technically at 16, you are the thing that's making all the money for all the people around you. And if you stop, it all ends.
And also, at a certain point, I was paying for the roof over my whole family's head. And my dad had quit his job to become my manager. So his income was coming from me. My mom was a stay-at-home mom, wasn't reliant on, kind of was, but it was just that pressure of like, I'm paying for everything, and like, I need to keep going because if things start to disappear, so does the finances.
So you reference, if I'm going to be treated like an adult, I'm going to party like an adult.
Yes.
At what point in your Disney career did you begin experimenting with drugs?
So I started experimenting for the first time when I was 12. 13, I got into a car accident, and they prescribed me opiates. And my mom didn't think that she'd have to like lock up the opiates from her 13-year-old daughter, but like, I was already drinking at that point. I was, had been bullied, was looking for an escape. And when my mom saw how many of the pills had disappeared and how fast they did, she took them away, locked them up. But yeah, I drank a lot in my teenage years. And then it wasn't till I was about 17 that I started, well, that's not even true. Like, there were times where I'd get certain kinds of pills throughout like 15, 16. I'd steal my mom's Xanax. She had a Xanax addiction. And like, so it was off and on. And then at 17 is when it kind of was the first time like I tried Coke and like loved it too much. And then that kind of bled into me going to treatment like right after I turned 18.
When you were drinking, were you drinking alone or were you going out places?
My first time drinking, I was alone. And that was like, should have been a major red flag. I like stole beer from my dad in the fridge, my stepdad, and like took it to my room and drank like 4 beers just to see what it was like to feel drunk. And like, I was like a little 90-pound, girl. So that was a lot. And then it started being with like friends, and it wasn't ever alone after that, but that was my first time.
When you're kind of at this age where you start to kind of experiment, you're drinking and everything, did not only your parents, but like management and publicists, and did people know you were drinking and doing drugs?
When it came to management's attention that I had been doing pills, they definitely were like, this can't happen, and like, what's going on, and do we need to get you help? And I was really good at convincing people like, no, it was just like, I had a hard time sleeping and blah, 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 or I'd make up excuses. And finally, when it got to a point where it was clear that I needed help and I needed to go away, everyone was really supportive of it because it had been like kind of a long time coming.
So thinking about the whole Disney era, there was a major wave of purity ring wearing. Okay. I can't say it with a straight face, okay? Yes. Debbie's like, holy fuck. Oh, no pun intended. Yes. No pun intended. Yes. There was a huge wave of purity ring wearing amongst Disney stars.
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck was that about?
So I think it was just my purity. I had a purity ring that came from my church, like way before Disney Channel even happened. I was like 11 or 12. And like, obviously that shouldn't have even been implemented on 11 or 12-year-olds. But I was like, okay, like I'll do this, whatever. That quickly went out the window at a certain point. And then I left the others to have their purity adventures on their own. But I mean, to each their own. I don't know. It was an interesting thing to come out publicly and say.
It really was, because I remember being that age and like I should have been apparently wearing one because I was a Catholic at the time. God, I'm getting like burned. But I'm like, why are people wearing these things? And it was such an interesting, it almost at the time when I look back on it really felt like the Disney kids like were getting older, and it felt like a way to like really cement like, no, we're really good kids and we don't do anything bad. And it's like, look at my finger, like, oh, they wear a purity ring.
Right. I don't know. Like, I had one and I think I talked about it like once, but like, and it caught a little bit of fire, but definitely not as much as the other people wearing them. And I quickly hushed about that when I started having sex, because I was like
I lost it. I don't know where it went.
It broke. I think it actually literally broke because it was so cheap. And then I was like, well, that's my sign. Here we go.
Have you ever sat down and discussed the challenges of being inside this Disney machine with people like Selena Gomez, Miley Cyrus, the Jonas Brothers?
I think over the years, like, we talked about it for sure, but I do have a project in the works where I want to talk to some of those people about their experiences and other child stars as well.
Kind of like we were talking about earlier, there were all these systems in place in your life. Everyone, they're taking care of your career with you. And then well into adulthood, your personal life was also being controlled by people that were managing your career. Mm-hmm. Demi, In what ways was your team controlling your life?
There was someone that came into the picture, and when they came into the picture, everything in my life was controlled. I started having a sober companion, which was helpful for me, but it should not have lasted 3 years. And then it became controlling around my food. And for someone in recovery from an eating disorder, that's so dangerous. It actually exasperated my eating disorder to the point where I became bulimic again. From 2016 to 2018, I was dealing with that. And we're talking like, I've never talked about this before, but there was one time where I had binged and purged one night, and I came clean to my team and said, hey, this happened. You know, I snuck out of my hotel room because they didn't let me have phones in my hotel rooms because they didn't want me to call room service. I didn't have food in my hotel room, like snacks in the minibar, because they didn't want me to eat the snacks. Ellen talked about this on her show where they cleared the dressing room of like all sugar before I would get in there. She was like, I remember that. And they, after I told them what had happened, my security guard walked by my room or was made aware that they like barricaded me into my hotel room. They put furniture outside of my door so that I couldn't get out and sneak out and eat if I wanted to. And so it was that level of controlling when it came to my food, which just made my eating disorder worse. One time I said, I'm throwing up blood. I need to go to treatment. I need to get help. And this was in like 2017. And this person looked at me and said, you're not sick enough. And I think that was his way of saying like, no, you're not going back to treatment because if you do, this will look bad on me. And so I didn't go back into treatment. And less than a year later, I ended up overdosing. And so I think it was just like, I felt trapped. I felt like I couldn't get out of this situation. And my way of like blowing everything up was relapsing on drugs and alcohol. Because they always said, if you use, we're out. And I was like, all right, time to get out. Bye. I've learned a lot from that experience. Like, no one can control me anymore. And I was under the control from 18 to 25. And those are years where you're trying to figure out your adulthood. You know, you're no longer a teenager, but for some reason I had people controlling everything I ate. You know, my business decisions were always being made for me. And now I've found my voice. No one can ever do that to me again. And I feel empowered by what I went through because I had to grow and I had to learn to accept that I'm my own boss.
Just to clarify, when you're referencing this person is basically trying to keep you from eating, it's for the image to make sure you look thin.
Yeah.
Which helps their career
yeah.
and their income. Can you talk a little bit about mentally why it's so hard to push away from people that get their claws in you in that position?
Yeah, absolutely. I would even go so far as to say like there was a brainwashing element to it where you were totally under the impression that if I don't listen to this person who knows so much about recovery, I'm going to lose everything. And so you put all of your trust and your faith into one person. And then from that, everyone around me listens to that one person and they go with it. You know, if this person says this is what it is and this is how it should be, then we listen to them. And then it became, it got to the point where like if they didn't like a chef that I had, they would sit me down and say like, we don't like the chef that you have. We think that you should try someone else. And so I would say, okay. Like I just put all of my trust and faith into, into people around me that I think didn't have my best interest at heart. The reason why they didn't like that chef that I had was because the chef told me, they said they read your bank statements to see what you order at Starbucks to make sure you're not getting like cookies or pastries or things like that. And when I found that out, I told them, and then they were like, we don't like your chef. And I was like, oh, you realize that she's the one that told me.
hearing you talk about this, it does sound not like a version of what Britney Spears went through.
Right.
Like the controlling and the micromanaging to the point where you don't even have control over your own life.
Right.
I can't imagine how alone you felt when you said, like, they had said if I used, then they were gone, and then I used. And in a way, it was almost like your cry for help of, like, get the fuck away from me. A lot of people don't understand this side of the world. And I think that's why I love having you on right now, because we get headlines. E! News says something about, and it's like we don't understand what you as a human being are going through, and people are so ruthless to quickly make a judgment of like, oh, well, she's got all the money in the world, so her and it's like, listen to what you're saying right now. Like, this is a nightmare.
Right. And I couldn't talk about it. I felt trapped. And, you know, I don't know how many people have gone through that situation, but it is really sad.
In a Bustle article, you asked the question, what do I want my relationship with my manager to look like without enmeshing my own father issues onto him? What did you mean by that? How were your father issues affecting your relationship with your manager?
I had such interesting relationships with my dads, and the abandonment issue from my birth father was so deeply rooted inside of me that when it came to management, like I placed that fatherly figure role onto him and onto this other person that I have mentioned. And so when looking for a new manager, I wanted to find someone that I don't place that fatherly figure role onto, and that it's just business.
In your documentary, Dancing with the Devil,
yes,
you reveal your virginity was taken from you.
Yeah.
You were raped. Mm-hmm. Is it possible to heal from an experience like that?
I think in a way time can heal wounds, maybe not all of them. The more time that has gone by, the easier it has gotten. But there's still a sadness, a deep sadness inside of me that someone took that from me at such a young age. And it was hard because this person was also around, like they were also on Disney, and so seeing them around was difficult, and it really messed up my my teenage years. And finally I went and got help for that, and it's been something that I've worked on. But you know, I've had other traumas happen, and it kind of pushes those to the side a little bit. But there are moments where I definitely will cry and just feel the sadness inside of me, because, you know, that's healthy to do. Rather than bottle it up, I just will allow myself to have those moments of like, that was really sad what happened to you, and you're a fighter. Like, you can get through it.
I mean, I can't imagine at that young of an age having to still have someone be on Disney and having to see someone that did that to you. I mean, you are a survivor.
Thank you. And to be clear, like, it wasn't anyone in the immediate Disney circle, you know? Like, I've had people ask, you know, questions of like, was it this person or was it that person? And it was like, I don't think it'd be anybody that anyone would guess, but they were friends with someone on set, and they'd come around and yeah.
So many people, especially young women, listen to my podcast that have been sexually assaulted. Yeah. And it's complicated if you've never been through it. How do you give someone advice on that, right? And so where have you generated the strength to keep going through trauma?
I think that I've just had a lot of trauma in my life, and there's a persistence, a determination inside of me. And I think I learned that from like the bullying experience of like, you can turn this around and make it into something great. And I'm not saying that I've turned sexual assault into anything great, but you know, I've written about it in music. I've healed from it, and it's just made me stronger.
You are so fucking strong, and it is written all over your new album.
Thank you.
I was listening to it in my car. I feel like that's also the best place to listen to new music when you're
it's the best.
The best.
Yeah.
The best. You're like by yourself, you're listening, and you're just like, so first of all, I just want to say I'm a huge fan of your new album.
Thank you.
Holy fuck. Holy fuck is the album. And also, holy fuck, it's so fucking good.
Thank you.
Demi, I need to know, how does this album reflect where you are in your life right now?
Whew, this album. It reflects this album, like, actually there's a journey to it. So like in the beginning of the album, you can hear my anger. You can hear, like, I left treatment in December this last year, getting help again, and I'm sober again, and I feel great. But like there was all these emotions that I left treatment with, and I wanted to convey them in my music. And so the first few songs are like really angry, and it's like, this is who I am, take it or leave it. I know what you're saying about me online. Like, Demi leaves rehab again. Like, I see you, I hear you. And then as I started to heal, I was like, you know what, I'm actually like getting happier. And I was owning my sexuality in a lot of the songs. And then my album became like, so it was like angry, then like sex, and then like love songs.
Your songs are incredibly personal, and you always give insight into your life, and I feel like that's why your fans are obsessed with you. It's because you're like, you put it all out there, and that's why we love Demi Lovato. It's like we and I appreciate that, because you know sometimes we don't get a lot from people, and you're like, this is me. This is me. This is me. But oh my God, everyone's like, stop, Alex. But I appreciate that. And in the tone of one of the songs, like, you are fucking fighting, and you're like, I have something to say, and I'm going to address it as I always address my journey.
Yes.
And I always talk about what the fuck I'm going through. And so why would this be any fucking different on this album? The song 29.
Yes.
What inspired you to write this song?
I went to treatment after turning 29. I did a lot of work on myself. And I had this realization when I turned 29 that I came out of treatment with anger. I came out of treatment with understanding and growth. And so it was like a reflective song for me. And even though there's undertones of anger, it was like I really learned a lot about that experience, and I decided to write about it.
To anyone that hasn't listened to the song, you need to go listen to it. Just a couple of the lines to give them a too young to drink wine, just 5 years a bleeder, student and a teacher, far from innocent, what the fuck is consent? Numbers told you not to, but that didn't stop you. Now I'm finally 29. Funny, just like you were at the time. What do you hope people take away from these lyrics?
If you're a young girl and you think that it's sexy or fun to date older men, it's not okay unless you're of age. It's portrayed as like, oh, you scored someone older, that's cool. And it's like, actually, that's weird. So it's just like a reflective moment of like, if you are in that situation, just listen to this song and like kind of think about it.
How did you decide to release it as a single?
Well, it was hard. It was really hard for me to release this as a single because it's so emotional for me and so personal. But I think sometimes the public needs the truth. And that's why I decided to release it as a single, because I think the message is so important.
What is your favorite song on the album to have sex to?
First of all,
saying favorite.
First of all, I don't have sex to my own music.
Oh, Demi, come on. I'll have sex to your music.
Go for it. Go for it. I would feel weird about it.
If you had to.
If I had to.
Or to people listening, which song should they fuck to?
Well, it depends. If you're trying to be like
sensual,
listen to Come Together. If you're trying to like
bang it out.
You know what? If you're trying to bang it out, listen to Bones. Bones is like, it's like, I want to jump your bones. That's the hook.
We are not in Disneyland anymore, guys.
No,
Disney Channel is dead.
Yes.
Demi fucking Lovato, you are fucking back with a vengeance. I'm obsessed. Speaking of sex, Demi, you gotta give us a little tea. Are you dating anyone?
I'm dating somebody.
Look at that grin. Okay, we don't need like too many deets, but like, how's it going? Like, what's the vibe?
It's going really well.
It's going well.
Yeah. Can I say that?
It's your life,
okay. It's my life. It's
no
my
more
life.
looking at your team.
Yeah.
It's your fucking life.
It's my life. Yeah. It's going really well. Yeah.
Okay, when you're dating someone, what is the most important thing you look for in a partner?
I have to laugh. Like I've dated people that were beautiful or, sexy. And it's like, I still am like that. The person I'm dating is so hot and so sexy and I am obsessed. But like, the most important thing is like, eventually over time, we grow old and looks fade and things like that. Like you have to find someone that completely understands you, but most importantly to me, makes me laugh.
I'm like so happy for you because I can tell it's like fresh and it's great because you are fully blushing. You're like, stop! No. Demi knew you. We don't fucking ask for permission. What do you want to say? What do you want to say? We're not saying names here unless you want to say his name. Okay, you're gonna go on tour, right?
Yes. So excited.
Is it hard to date while you're on tour?
I found that it's actually kind of easy if you make sure that you see each other like once every 2-3 weeks.
Okay, fun.
It's important and it's also FaceTime. Like FaceTime is really helpful. And I'm sure I think what's gonna suck is being away from the person that you're dating, but like ultimately it kind of builds anticipation too for when you do see them, and it's like so exciting,
so exciting. And I think it's also the test of like, if you can make it through that, like that's a great strength building core exercise. What the fuck am I saying? Okay, when you go on tour, what are you looking like most forward to when you're going on this upcoming tour?
Rocking out, because I did the pop music and kind of R&B pop, which was fun, but also at the same time I felt like it wasn't me. Like I was trying too hard to be sexy, and I was in the little leotards and the stiletto heels, and I wasn't comfortable. And so I want to be comfortable on the stage, and I will be, and I can just completely be myself, which is going to be so exciting.
Will we be seeing like a little old Demi music vibe also on tour?
Old music, yes. You will definitely be, because it matches the sound. And I've also, which is the most exciting, I've also turned like my hits into the style of music that I'm doing today. So like, Cool for the Summer sounds totally different. Heart Attack sounds totally different. Confident sounds totally different. And it's like, it's so exciting. Sorry, Not Sorry. Like all of those songs sound totally different. And I'm like so excited for everyone to hear it. I started out with really great instincts on how to be myself. And I strayed away from it because I wanted hits. I wanted what people wanted to hear. And so I lost myself for a long period of time when it came to me musically. And I've never had an experience in the studio like I've had making this album, where it's just so fulfilling, so myself. And it's just so fun to sing, and I can't wait to perform it.
Demi Lovato, thank you so much for coming on Call Her Daddy. It was
thank
an honor.
you.
Oh,
thank you so much.
Thank you.
What is up, Daddy Gang? It is your founding father, Alex Cooper, with Call Her Daddy.
Kathy Hilton, welcome to Call Her Daddy.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my God, I am like honored to be here with you today. You are iconic. You are. Do you know that? You know that.
Well, I feel like that word's thrown around so much.
But it's true. It's really true. Did you tell Paris you were coming today?
Yes. In fact, I was texting with her last night, and then she called this morning, and I said, "Do you like her?" She goes, "I love her."
Okay, do you call your daughters like before you agree to do something and like ask them their opinion usually, or no?
Yes, I would say yes. When it comes to, I don't do a lot of podcasts.
Okay.
I was in Europe when I got the invitation. And so do you know Cade Hudson?
Yes.
Cade's one of my best friends.
She's the best.
He's like, you are doing this.
Yeah.
And then my friend Mark Mullet, do you know Mark?
No.
He's like, you're doing this. And he was on the boat. I love her. She's great. Blah, 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 blah. So
everyone on the boat is like team Call Her Daddy. That's good to know.
They loved it.
Thank you guys. Okay, great. Okay, so have you ever gone and done something that Nikki and Paris were like, Mom, do not fucking do that. Why are you doing it? And you did it anyways.
Yes.
Okay.
The Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Oh. Oh, really? They weren't into it?
No.
Really?
No. But, for the last few years, the press would say, oh, I'm doing it when I wasn't. And so I definitely thought about it, talked about it with my boys, my husband, and they were like, yeah, what the heck? Why not? Do it.
And why did Paris and Nikki not want you to do it?
I don't know. I think they just wouldn't want me on a show where there's a lot of drama. Wait, who, me? Drama?
You? No way.
So now they love it and they enjoy it and they get a kick out of it.
But at first they were a little nervous.
Right.
Okay. Between Paris and Nikki, who is more likely to raid your closet?
I would say both. Now, they both have a bigger shoe than I do and smaller dress size. But as far as accessories, whatever is there is theirs.
Is there anything in your closet that you are so particular about that you're like, you cannot touch this one thing?
You know what? I'm really good like that. Whatever they want to borrow, I'm great. I'm okay. I'm like flattered that they like what I have.
Who is more likely to send drama and like gossip in the family group chat?
Probably Nikki.
Love it.
No, I mean, Nikki knows what's going on.
Okay. More than
she
Paris?
Keeps up with everything within the family. She doesn't gossip about other people.
Who is most likely to call you for mom advice?
Both.
Often?
Not that often, but when they really need it.
What do you think is like your best trait as a grandmother?
We were just with my son, Baron, and daughter-in-law Tessa, the three little ones in Las Vegas, and just we have a good time together. The little girl Milu, and then Caspian. They're like, "Me want to go with you. I want to go up with your room." So it was cute. We brought them up there, and
your baby voice is amazing.
I have lots of voices.
Kathy, wait, pull them out. Be like, "Hi, I'm Kathy," in a couple of your voices.
Okay, I have a Labubu voice.
What?
I was going to bring you a Labubu.
No way.
Yes.
Wait.
But I thought if I dress the Labubu, I said, should I bring her a Labubu and I can put some jewelry on it and a little handbag? She goes, Paris goes, she'll love that. But I figured if I did that, I'd be another 10 minutes late because I'm running around.
Wait, how do you know about Labubus? How did you get into Labubus?
Well, I'm a toy collector.
You are?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what do you collect? And then we have to go back to your voices.
Dolls, teddy bears, soldiers. I mean, everything you could think of.
How long have you been doing that?
Since I'm little. Barbies.
Does your husband, is he okay with it? Or is he like, this is bordering on hoarding? Like, what is going on?
Well, no, because I have a toy, like I have a playroom for the children.
Okay.
But a lot of my things are in it. Like my doll collection's in this doll house that lights up.
Oh my God.
And I enjoy it.
So then you got into Labubus.
So I got into Labubus. I was in the mall in Las Vegas and I see all these people and I'm like, and then they have the bigger ones, which I love that kind of fun pop art.
Okay.
So oh, good. You do. Okay.
Water.
Great.
Water.
Is this real water?
That's
Fake
real water.
Okay.
That's real water.
Okay, great. Oh, I like this class.
That's real water. Thank you.
So there are like so many people in this little store.
Okay.
And I'm thinking, I can't wait in line. I've got to get going. So I took a picture, took a card, took a picture of everything. And a couple of days later, got home and I left a DM and I got a call back.
Wait, and when you're getting these Labubus and you said you're DMing people, do you often just slide into people's DMs?
Yes.
You do?
Mm-hmm. So I called him and he called me back like 2 hours later.
Oh.
And he said, I'm in town and I can come meet with you at your house.
And who is this man again?
With Labubu.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, okay. And so Rick's like, are you sure? I mean, what if it's a crazy nut you've got coming into the house, whatever. So I then canceled and we thought, we'll have him at the party and it'll be the daytime. And they brought all the little accessories, all the little handbags, little glasses, purses, everything.
I'm dying at you. Just
shoes.
Like sliding into people's DMs, being like, come on over. And Rick's like, sweetie, you can't just invite random people on Instagram over to the house. You're
exactly.
like, oh, that's kind of fair. Who's the most random person you've ever DM'd? Or the most famous?
Yeah, it wouldn't necessarily have to be somebody famous. It's if I want something.
You're going to go for it.
Get my hands on it.
Okay, Kathy, you kind of are known for pranks, I feel like.
Yes.
Like you're good at these pranks. Which of your daughters is most likely to engage with you in a prank?
Both. Paris will get on the phone, actually. Nikki's more the cheerleader and here, dial this number. But it's never mean-spirited.
No, it's fun.
It's always, and even though it's fun and it's silly, I always call back within 10 minutes because, I don't want them up all night wondering who is this lunatic that called me.
What do you think is personally one of the best pranks that you've ever pulled off?
I would say calling a friend of mine. And she is a wonderful mother, but she is not the type that's going to remember the teacher's first name or last name or what grade. So I called up and I said that it was Mrs. Morton calling. And we noticed that you were not there at drop-off. And we're very, very upset. You had signed up for pizza day. And, at the beginning of the year, all the parents sign up, back to school night. They sign up for pizza day. Oh, I'll do this. They're gung-ho on everything. But of course, she doesn't write any of it down or put it in her calendar. So I said, we had 18 children here today that went hungry and 36 parents that were very upset. So, I do this whole thing.
And she's like mortified.
She's completely mortified and just, literally losing it.
So are you using your little like fake voices on these prank calls?
Said you were supposed to show up at the carnival and you'd signed up to do the swing along and we had your name on it and you never showed up. And she goes, oh, I didn't realize that. I said, well, if you'd like, I'd be happy at drop off today to hand out flyers to everybody to let them know that you did go ahead and donate. She goes, oh, no, that's okay. No, I don't want you to do that. Just like silly things.
And then when you call your friends back eventually and tell them, they like, Kathy, what the fuck?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Right?
Okay, you're also known for, that's like a juice with electrolytes.
Oh, we love that.
We love that. That's my drink, Unwell.
It's really
it makes you feel
important.
Well. Very important. Kathy, you know what's up.
I'm very into all of this.
Me too.
And I won't mention names, but there's one that we have to stay away from. So
there you go. Well,
I'm really glad that you have Unwell.
Thank you. Me too. And so is the world. Okay. You're also known for throwing great parties. Smile into the camera,
I
Kathy.
hold it like that.
You're like brand deal coming soon with Unwell. You're a great sponsor. Thanks. What is a non-negotiable for you when you are hosting one of these big parties? Like, what do you have to have?
Well, I have to have, I don't like making people dress up like, oh, the theme is everybody's a blue party or a pink party, nothing like that. But I just like to have a reason to have the party. I like to have activations.
Ooh.
Like we do a health and wellness twice a year and we get the, True Niagen does, because I do it every week. We do a drip So everybody gets to come and have a drip and, massage and tie this. And I have, you name it. I mean, everything you could think of, the best of the best, the latest, the greatest, machines for the face.
I want to be friends with you.
Manicures, pedicures, life coaches.
Oh.
Dogs, you can adopt a dog. It's just, and we play folk music.
Oh.
And we've got big blankets out and pillows, and people bring their children, their dogs.
Wow.
It's just a really cool day. Healthy food, handmade soaps, like beautiful things.
And then do these parties ever then turn into like ragers?
Only Christmas.
Okay, Christmas.
Christmas does.
Have you ever had to throw someone out of a party?
No, I just disappear.
Okay.
Because I think that's rude. And I have enough security there that they're watching everything.
So maybe are you you're going to like whisper to them, but then you're going to kind of like leave and then they'll handle it.
Exactly. Well, they're actually having so much fun. And they're like, oh, I'll have some scrambled eggs now. I'll have another glass of Chanel. Give me a Bellini. They're there until 4 a.m.
Okay, but I've heard that you have a members only club for certain guests after a party. You keep people at your house.
I kidnap them.
You kidnap them.
And it's behind closed doors.
Okay.
It's in the library. There is a line. There literally is standing room only. I have bought like 16 little stools, like little pull-ups like this.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, I have like Andy Cohen's, like I have like the clubhouse.
Oh.
And then I have the big L sofa, and we've got the phones going, and then we'll call people.
No.
Yes.
You're prank calling?
Prank calling people, telling stories. I mean, just lots of fun.
And what does it take to get invited to the after members only club?
It's just really close friends that are going to participate.
Mm-hmm.
That have some contacts.
Oh, right. So you're recruiting based on like
you got to give me some of your numbers. But then it's fun because then everybody in the beginning is like, and then it's like the karaoke. Nobody wants to do it. And then before you know, wait, call this person.
And then it starts rolling.
Call this person. Exactly. Now you got to block my phone number, and it's hysterical.
Wait, that is so fun because I feel like I remember doing Star 6-7 when I was younger in high school with my friends, and we would do this. But then I just gave up on it because I don't know. I guess like I forgot.
I believe that Star 6-9 was invented because of me. Oh my God. I'm not kidding you.
You've been doing this for a while.
I've been doing this for a long time.
Did you do it with your sisters when you were younger?
Yes.
Okay, so this has been a part of your life forever.
Yes.
But now do you worry that people are going to catch on to you because you do it so often?
No.
Call Her Daddy is brought to you by Tinder. Daddy Gang, you know that feeling of finding an amazing hole-in-the-wall restaurant when you're traveling to a foreign city? There is truly nothing better than having the best meal of your life surrounded by locals where nobody knows you're a tourist. Well, with Tinder's help, you can have more moments like that and get a true taste of the local life. Tinder's passport mode can be the best travel companion when you're looking for a local tour guide in any city in the world. Try Tinder Passport globally to connect locally during your travels or even before you start packing, all while making traveling to a new place feel easier. With Tinder's help, add more plans to your itinerary by matching with a local and setting a date to see the city through their eyes. Passport mode is also a great way to help immerse yourself deeper into the culture and have more authentic experiences while traveling. With Passport mode, there's so much to discover. Explore all of the possibilities for yourself. Tinder, it starts with a swipe. Download Tinder today. Okay, let's talk about Real Housewives. We got to circle back.
Yep.
You mentioned that your daughters were like, Mother, no. And then you ended up doing it. What made you want to join? Because if your daughters are like, Mom, don't do it.
But you know what? It's okay for them to do things. But it was during COVID. I was bored. And Kyle and I had been kind of separated. And let me tell you, she works very hard. It's a lot of work as a housewife. You are busy filming for 4 months, then you're doing promotion and press for 2 months, then you're getting ready for the reunion. I mean, it's a lot. So it was fun way to spend time with her. And also, it's a great platform to be able to do a lot of things.
Were you hesitant at all about not having control of people filming you and being on reality TV?
No, because I've been around it so long.
Yeah.
I really have. So you don't even think about, like, none of the girls even think about the camera being there. You don't even think about it.
How do you think the show impacted you and Kyle's relationship by you doing it?
We were like little girls again and having fun and laughing and just, I pulled some pranks on her.
Yes, you did.
And, the fake martini and getting into bed with her and annoying her, because I love to annoy her, get a rise out of her. We just laughed and had a really good time.
And I know, obviously, like, I feel like the world has known, just because also of the show, that you guys have had a lot of ups and downs. Like, what do you think it took for you guys to get? I will
say that it all gets exaggerated too. I mean, it really, I'll read things 4 hours ago. Kathy and Kyle are still not getting along. What?
It's also like sisters. I feel like I have a sister, so I know how it goes with sisters, and we can fight like no other. But she's like my person in this world. Yeah. She's my best friend. So it's like I fight with her like I wouldn't with a friend.
Right.
But then it's my blood. So I'm always coming back to her.
That we never did. And it's interesting, on this last reunion, I said to the girls on this side, I said, all right, wait a second. I want to say one thing right now. And I'm going to whisper to all of you girls how many times we have had a fight in our lives. And I went like this, 3. I said, Kyle, how many times have we had a disagreement? She said 3. You can watch it. So we're not fighters.
Yeah. I think one of the major issues that everyone saw was between you and Kyle was really just the tension between your husband and her ex, Mauricio. Do you have any advice for people listening and watching that have not the most perfect relationship with their sibling's partner?
I think that got taken out of context a little bit too. I like Maurice. I wish him the best. And we had a lot of good times together. And, he's the father of my nieces, and I love my nieces. All of our children are like siblings. And it's really sweet.
Do you think that situation, like, would you want Kyle to get back with Mauricio ever, or are you like happy for her now where she's at?
I would want whatever she would, it would make me, of course, it would put a smile on my face. I don't like change. I like everybody, and I don't care how old your children are. It hurts. It doesn't matter if they're 5 or if they're 25.
Do you think you would ever join Real Housewives full time?
No. That I've said that, and I will. I couldn't.
Why?
Because I have my husband, I have my children, my grandchildren, I have other businesses, and I would no way be able to devote the time.
Okay,
I love the job I have. I can come in. I really, really have a good time with all the girls. It's like a little girls' club.
It's a lot of drama, though.
When I'm there, I try to make it, I try to have the parties and the fun.
But are you like that in your normal life? Like, you don't want to be a part of drama.
No.
But I feel like you'd be good in drama. Like, if someone comes at you.
Let me tell you something. If little hunky dory gets pushed, but I don't want to get pushed. And I try my hardest just to keep the peace.
How many times a year do you think you get pushed?
Not that often.
Mm-hmm. And when you get pushed,
don't push me.
I feel like you're someone that's like could be really powerful with her words.
No, I'm joking. I'm really a very sensitive person. I'm a Pisces.
Oh, okay.
I can cry easily. Both my girls are that way too.
Oh my God, I'm obsessed with hunky dory. Okay, you obviously don't have a tagline, but let's come up with it right now. What would your Real Housewives tagline be?
I may be the hostess with the mostest, but I don't serve drama.
Boom!
Only diamonds and caviar. Or Labubus.
Wait, that's good.
Right?
Kathy.
That's good.
Okay, maybe you have to be full-time for 2 seconds just so that we can get you spinning and we see you saying that.
I would be spinning and falling in high heels.
You'd look gorgeous doing it. Okay, I'm going to ask you some Real Housewives rapid fire and you're just going to say whatever comes to your mind. Okay, who gives the best advice?
I think I do. Because I have the most experience.
Okay, who's the most high maintenance?
Well, on reality TV, I don't think you get much of a chance to be high maintenance.
Really?
Yeah.
You're just bringing whatever in your closet.
I'm bringing whatever fits.
And your fishnets.
And my fishnets.
They look cute, trendy.
Because Paris wears them. And I got that from her because I don't want to have orange legs.
Oh, is that what she does?
And you can do this so that you don't have to do the spray tan. I am really pale.
Me too.
Are you?
But I do the spray tan.
And I get hot.
Me too.
So these breathe.
Wait.
I just bought an eyelet blazer. I'm waiting to see. Have you heard of Shein? Shin? Shien?
Kathy.
It's like $22.
Kathy.
But it looks good.
Kathy.
And it's got eyelet. So I'm thinking I'll breathe in this.
Wait. I'm going to start crying. First of all, what did you just say you bought? An
eyelet.
What is that?
Do you know what eyelet is?
No.
It's like little circle, like a flower cutouts.
And you bought an eyelet blazer from Shein, Kathy Hilton? You need to call Paris right now. And we need to call her right now and tell her this. Do you have your phone? Oh, yeah. Let's get the phone.
You know who will have it? Is that
yours?
my phone?
Okay. Call Paris.
Okay.
And tell her we're on air and you need to tell her what you just told me.
Hello?
Paris.
Yeah, say hi.
We're recording right now. You need to listen. I'm in the middle of the interview with your mother. And I go, we're talking about something. And she goes, you know what have you ever heard of Shein or Shein? And I'm like, yes. And she goes, I just bought a blazer from there. And it's this, what is it? What is it, Kathy?
It's eyelet.
It's eyelet.
Well, we were talking about, I like these because they have holes. So the fishnets, Paris, that you got me wearing.
Yeah.
So I don't have orange legs and I can breathe because of the fishnets.
Yes.
And so I bought an eyelet blazer for $22. You know what eyelet is, don't you?
Paris says that's hot. Okay, we love you, Paris. In our hectic, fast-paced lives, we could use some slowing down. Haagen-Dazs is made to be savored and enjoyed slowly. Introducing new Haagen-Dazs Belgian waffle cones, a completely new experience that's worth slowing down for. Daddy Gang, you've never had cones like this before, okay? They'll take crunch to a whole new level. Each crispy waffle cone is filled with the velvety smooth ice cream that Haagen-Dazs is known and loved for. Then it's finished with delicious toppings and a decadent bite of sauce waiting for you at the bottom of the cone, okay? Haagen-Dazs Belgian waffle cones come in 4 delicious flavors: vanilla salted caramel, summer berry, triple chocolate fudge, and toasted almond fudge. Boom. Sign me up. You guys know that I have the most hectic days at the office. So when I get home, I love to grab a little treat, toss my phone away, and take a minute to myself. These cones are a must-have in my freezer. I'm obsessed with the summer berry flavor. It's fruity and it's sweet. And seriously, it always hits the spot. It's the perfect way to end a long, stressful day. Ice cream just always hits the spot for me, and these Haagen-Dazs cones are truly the perfect treat. Savor your moment of slow with new Haagen-Dazs Belgian waffle cones available at retailers nationwide. This is an advertisement from BetterHelp. I don't know about you guys, but I definitely have been overworking myself this year. And I decided that this summer I really, really need to try and relax a bit and focus on just enjoying everything I'm working so hard for. So taking some time to prioritize my wellness is truly the only way that I'm able to go back to work and actually give it my all. Workplace stress is now one of the top causes of declining mental health, with 61% of the global workforce experiencing higher than normal stress levels. Work is stressful, but we can all start small with a focus on wellness to help make it more manageable, Daddy Gang. Therapy can help you navigate whatever challenges the workday or any day might bring. So, with over 30,000 therapists worldwide, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform. They have served over 5 million people globally, and the results truly speak for themselves. The app is rated a 4.9 out of 5 on the App Store based on 1.7 million client reviews. It's also super convenient. You can join a session with a click of a button or switch therapists anytime you need. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/daddy. That's betterhelp.com/daddy. Okay, Real Housewives, who is the most fun to party with?
Sutton, Erica, Dorit's a lot of fun. Rachel Zoe. I love Rachel. She's a great pal. She's like part of the family. She's coming on. So we're going to Sedona tomorrow.
Oh.
So I'm thinking that could be the worst trip.
Okay.
Because it's going to be boiling.
Right. Are you going to bring your fishnets?
No, I'm not bringing any fishnets.
What are you going to wear?
I don't know. That I'm really wondering, how am I going to get around?
We need flowy and we need big hats.
Yes, but then my head gets hot.
What if you did one of those from Amazon where you clip it so the top of your head is exposed, but you get a little shade?
Oh, a visor. The girls get very angry when I wear a visor.
The girls as in your daughters or the housewives?
My girls.
Oh, they don't like it?
No.
I could see Paris Hilton being like, absolutely don't wear a fucking visor, Mom.
And Nikki does that too. She says, Mom, please. That's so beyond.
But maybe you need to do that in Sedona.
Oh, I live in visors.
You do?
Well, I like it because they're tight right here.
Yeah.
And if you're like, I wear them even all the time because like if I'm by myself, I'm shy or whatever, you don't have to make eye contact.
We're keeping it close.
Yeah.
What is a fashion absolutely no for you?
A fashion no for me would be leggings.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What about them?
I like with a little bit of, I don't like the jeans that
tight.
look like they're sprayed on. I like a tight fit. The new jeans I'm loving are Mousy. Ooh. Have you seen Mousy?
No.
Vintage?
No.
I think it's the best jean going right now.
Okay, so we want a little bit off the leg, not spray paint.
Right.
Okay.
Because it gives a good shape to the leg.
Mm-hmm. Love that. Kris Jenner has made some appearances on the show. Do you think she'd ever join the cast?
I would love it if she did, but I doubt it.
I know. That would be so iconic.
It would be
iconic.
We would have a lot of fun.
Can you explain to me how the Hiltons and the Kardashians initially met and became friends?
Well, Kris and I were friends.
For how long?
Oh, years. When the girls were little girls.
Oh, okay. How did you guys meet?
We had done some charity things together. And so Caitlin and Kris and Rick and I, we would go on trips together and go to New York and Las Vegas and you name it. And the four of us and a couple other people would hang out, go down to the desert, really very, very close. And the kids became close. And then they kind of, at a certain age, they go off and do their thing. So I called Kris one day and I said, Paris is starting this TV show and she needs somebody that can be with her and organize her. And I thought it would be a great opportunity for Kim and Paris to have fun together. But, I know that she'll make sure Paris gets here on time. And I just wanted Paris to have someone. So we kind of set up this play date and she said, I love it. So the girls ran around the world together and had a blast.
Oh, that is like, because now you know, obviously, like that's what changed everything for everyone. Like then it all just became, and then these two women are like the most famous women in the world.
Oh my God.
When I interviewed Nicole Richie, she said that she and Paris were obviously inseparable growing up.
Oh my God, so cute.
What was the most chaotic situation those girls ever got you into?
Well, we were in Las Vegas and Rick gets a call from the police department that they had snuck out and they were in Las Vegas on the Strip. And so, I mean, Rick was furious.
How did you feel?
I was like, I mean, they were young. They weren't doing anything wrong. They were probably like 11, but sneaking out, they just wanted to go and, you know, they went and bought those big straws and I was like, oh my God. Or go into the pet store. What they would do is they'd have lemonade stands. We used to have a house in Malibu in the Colony, which is a very safe street. It's off the Pacific Coast Highway. So they'd make cookies and lemonade and iced tea and whatever. And they'd make these signs and you have to drive very slow in there. So you have a captive audience and they'd run up to people's cars. And of course the people stop. So they made a lot of money. So they would take their bikes across the highway and go to the pet store, come back with a cat, a dog. I mean, this is a long time ago.
That's what Nicole literally at one point had like a snake, like a rat, like they had
ferrets.
Yes. Wait, were you wild growing up?
No, not at all.
Where do you think the girls got it from?
I don't know. I was not at all.
I'm picturing you when you get these calls because I know eventually.
I mean, I snuck and had a couple cigarettes. We'd go to Westwood Village. And I remember going in the alley because I used to go to this place called Woody's to play pinball.
Okay.
Because I was a pinball wizard.
Oh, Kathy.
And I was a show off.
Oh my God.
And, you know, I'd have my little bike and do little wheelies and, oh yeah. So I'd rub pickles all over my fingers to get the smell of the cigarette off.
Did that work? Okay, see, you had the awareness. Like you knew how to get through like, okay, I can't have my parents
from A
know.
to C.
Uh-huh. So
but I never wanted to, like, I just wasn't.
Yeah.
I didn't have it in me to want to. I had a lot of fun though.
Obviously, there was so much that went on of you getting calls, wondering where Paris was in moments and the chaos of like her teens and her 20s. But now that she's a mother, how has your relationship with her evolved?
I mean, I am so proud of her. I'm proud of all of my children. And she went through a lot and it breaks my heart. But I have to tell you, I am literally bursting with pride. And parents out there, you will get through it. Every cell in her body, of all my children, I am proud of them and I love them and they're my everything. And my grandchildren and my husband feels the same way. They're our life.
Let's talk about your husband, your relationship. You guys met when you were 15.
I was 15, he was 19.
What attracted you to him?
He looked like a blonde surfer.
Where did you meet?
We met through a friend. And he was going to school in Denver. So he'd kind of go back and forth.
You guys got married when you were 20.
19.
19.
I had Paris at 20.
Oh my God. Okay, wait. How did you know you were ready for marriage?
We had gone on this ski vacation to Lake Tahoe. And when it was time to leave and to go back, he was going to go to New York to go work for an investment banking firm. So we are lying in bed watching the Flintstones. Okay? And he looks at me and he goes, you know, we need to pack up and everything. We'd been there for a while. And he said, we need to go home and tell, you know, your parents and my parents that we're going to be getting married. That's how he told me.
What was your reaction?
I just remember driving back in this pickup truck to LA with him. And he dropped me at my house. And he said, I'm going to go home and take a shower and then come back and pick you up. And I remember holding on to him and just like starting to cry. I don't want you to leave. Like, not even for a minute.
And it's been, what, 45 years of marriage?
Yeah.
How do you think over the 45 years you guys have grown together?
I think it's just, I don't have one regret. I don't have one regret. I really believe that God was, I really have angels there. Because it, you know, coming from a divorced family, I never wanted that. And I think that the girls really take that seriously. You know, they really respected and they waited. They wanted to find the right person.
Yeah, that's really beautiful.
And my boys as well. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of their friends their parents were divorced. And when I was little, there wasn't as much of that. And I almost felt shameful. Like, that might sound strange, but it bothered me.
I think that's normal. I think a lot of people, if you come from divorced family, you're like, I want to do it different. Or if you have parents that stayed together, then you have the pressure of like, I need to have that too. Like, you're always kind of comparing yourself to what your parents had or didn't have. So I can see where Nikki and Paris are probably like, oh my God, we're looking up to this beautiful 45-year relationship.
Which is so sweet that they see that.
Yeah.
And that they say that to us.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any advice for people who are watching that are looking to have a long-lasting relationship? Like, what does it take to have a long relationship and a marriage?
I think it takes a lot of give and take. You know, the old cliche, don't ever go to sleep mad. I think try to spend as much quality time together and to keep the right influences around. Like, you don't want to have a couple around that's fighting, or, you know, the guy's watching the football game and, oh, look at the cheerleader, she's so cute. Like, if that was done with me, that guy would never be in my house again when I was younger.
I love that. I love that, Kathy. Like, I think you're right. I do think it's like sometimes you can look at friends around you and be like, oh, well, at least that's not our relationship. But if you're allowing it to seep into you and you're spending time,
it becomes acceptable. And you have to learn to keep it exciting and a little mystery.
Oh, how do we do that?
And men don't want to hear a lot of gossip, complaining. You really have to, or whoever your partner is.
Okay, let's talk about the Cheesecake Factory. Because
what, the Cheesecake Factory? Oh my God.
I've heard that you and your husband have been spotted at the Cheesecake Factory. Yes. And you guys kind of love to go on date nights there. Is that true?
We will go there once a month.
Once a month?
Mm-hmm. Well, every couple months.
Do you have a membership, like a card?
No.
You're like, but can I get one?
They should give me one of those things where you snap it. Yeah.
Okay,
no, they don't even give me a piece of cheesecake.
How did this become a go-to?
He likes the wings there.
And what do you like
the
there?
Buffalo wings. And I like the meatloaf. I like the omelet. And then they have a Monte Cristo on for brunch.
What is a Monte Cristo?
Monte Cristo is a deep fried, like a croque monsieur.
Oh.
With ham and cheese and like French toast, and then powdered sugar and syrup.
They've got great brunch.
And the best brown bread.
So good.
And my husband loves cheesecake, so we bring our dog.
You do?
Our dogs go to dinner with us everywhere. And the one dog, there's something about that place. The dog wants to go over and sit with the people next to us. And we're on a banquet.
Right.
So the dog will go and sit there and put his little head on their lap.
I love that for your dog. That's fun.
I know, is that cute? I'm
That's
like,
really
come
fun.
back here, Moda.
Okay, on the show, you revealed that you don't sext Rick, but you have some steamy pictures locked in your safety deposit box at the bank.
Yes.
What is the story behind these pictures?
he wanted to take those pictures when we were younger and we were in Miami.
Oh.
And there was a mirror on the ceiling. So, of course, but it's very tasteful. I got into a very cute little position. And you can't, just like the little side of my butt showing.
And so they're in the bank.
They're in the bank.
Not your house safe.
No, I moved everything out like 5-6 years ago.
Just in case.
Why?
Is there any other like interesting things like that in the box?
No.
Just those photos.
Exactly.
And since they're in the box, do you think Rick ever goes to the bank to look at the pictures, or are they just there for rainy day?
I don't think he's over at the bank.
Okay. Okay, that's so fair. Call Her Daddy is brought to you by Shopify. I think my favorite part about growing unwell has been hearing from the Daddy Gang about what you guys want more of, whether it's a new hydration flavor, you want to have an event, or just creating sweats for us to all be cozy in and lay and lounge and watch more Call Her Daddy episodes. So much of what I do business-wise is influenced by all of you. Sometimes starting a new business idea, though, it's not just about starting with a product, but it's really about finding what product your community needs first. And when it comes time to launch, turn to Shopify, the commerce platform trusted by millions of businesses. You can literally set up an entire online store in a day. Like right now, Daddy Gang, you could be setting yours up. Everything is conveniently managed in one platform, and you can tag and sell all of your products globally and across all major social media sites right from your phone. There's also Shopify Magic and AI tools like an AI assistant that helps with reports, editing images, and content ideas. Trust me, the content that you launch alongside your product could be a huge game changer for sales. I also love using Shopify to track sales and data and see what products our community wants more of. And not only can I sell online, but Shopify helps with sales at in-person Unwell events and pop-ups too, making it way easier to see what products you're all loving. So, Daddy Gang, it is time to build your brand. Head to shopify.com/daddy to see how easy it is to start your business today. That's shopify.com/daddy. Okay, what is your go-to excuse for getting out of plans?
It's kind of hard to do that. I don't like saying no.
I know.
So I'll say to my husband, Rick, can't you tell them? And he'll go, no, you have to learn to do that. I go, we've been married 45 years. If I haven't learned it by now, it's so easy because he's blunt. He is very blunt and he's very easy to say no. But for me, it's hard. So I usually don't say no when I go.
You go or you use Rick and he'll say no.
Exactly.
Okay, what has been your biggest slip up on social media?
Okay. When I first started, there was a catastrophe somewhere, a tragedy, and I put LOL and I meant love. I meant something. I don't remember what it was.
Lots of love. Yeah.
Something
LOL.
like that. But it was
laugh out loud.
But everybody knew that it was new to me and I was forgiven. Can you imagine? And I, by mistake, put out my phone number and put out a text on my story or on my page, something like that. Yeah. I don't know. I get into these mix-ups.
And is it like your daughter's calling you, be like, Mom?
Yes, they get mad.
Get mad.
I also page them.
You page them?
I used to page them, and people were very helpful. They didn't get mad at me. A few people said, you use this as like it's your answering machine, or these are all your Insta secretaries or whatever. But I would page them and I'd say, please help me to get Paris or Nikki to call me right away. And so their phones start blowing up.
Wait, and who are you paging?
The girls, because they're not answering their phone.
And you're paging people to get the girls to answer their phone?
On Twitter.
On Twitter?
Yes.
Wait, Kathy. You're on Twitter.
Yes.
That's what you mean by paging.
Yes.
Okay.
I put at all little Hiltons. And there's like millions of little Hiltons.
Wait.
So the phones are just blowing up and going off and...
You're tweeting.
Yes.
At all the Hiltons.
Right.
Like Paris's fans.
Yes.
Can you get in touch with my daughter?
And have her call me right away.
No.
And when I lived in New York, I used to call I figured out I'd call the New York Post. And I'd say, how do I find out? So he'd answer city desk, and it would be 12:30 at night. I'd say, do you know where Paris Hilton is right now? But I became friends with him. He said, hold on, ma'am. And I think he began to feel sorry for me. So he said, she just left, what is it, Bar 8 or what is Bungalow 8?
Yeah.
She was seen at 12:29, and I believe she just walked into whatever, because they would track them because of the paparazzi.
Oh my God.
So they'd know exactly. But how nice that man,
he had your back.
And if he's listening, yes.
Thank you.
And I was like, thank you so much.
I'm dying at you tweeting. And you call it paging. That's amazing. Paging. Tweeting. Same thing.
Same thing.
Okay, what is the most embarrassing thing you've done after too many martinis?
And I would say probably inviting people to go and do something or go on a trip or go down to the desert the following, like that weekend. And then I'm thinking, oh my God, how am I going to get out of this? Something like that. Like you're all excited and it all sounds good.
Do you do that often?
No.
But on your third martini, you're...
Yes.
Hey, you want to go to Palm Springs together?
Right, exactly.
You don't even know their last name.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, what is a story you've tried to get killed in the media?
Let me tell you something. What I've learned is there is not one person that could say that I've ever played ball with them. One person. Because once you start, I would never want anyone to have that on me. I actually, years ago, I met with Richard Johnson.
Who's that?
He was the head guy at Page Six. And I said, my husband and I would like to meet with you. And we met at our club, Doubles, at like 4:00 in the afternoon at the Sherry Netherland. And he came down. You know, he was doing his job, whatever. But I said, this is becoming harassment. And it's not fair. One day you'll have children. And what if this was your daughter? Because, you know, you would see a story, some little schmuck promoter, club promoter, and then they tie it to a model. Then they tie it to the restaurant, and you'll see 5 or 6 names and make up something. And sometimes the things could be true, and sometimes the good things that they say aren't true. But it was it was every single day. And I said, this feels like stalking. This has got to stop.
I mean, that's pretty like commendable that you can sit here and be like, I've never, because I know obviously in like the heyday of like Paris with paparazzi, like it probably was easier maybe in someone's mind at some point to be like, can we just pay these people off to stop? And the fact that you were like,
you don't ever want to do that because then they own you. I came from a place of person to person. Like, this is beyond.
Yeah.
This is not fair. I have 3 other children. You know, my husband and I, we're trying to live our life, and this is...
Do you feel like it worked? Like, did he let up a little?
I don't know.
But good for your conscience.
It was almost like living in The Wizard of Oz with the little witch and the broomstick just following you around. Like knowing, like, and coming up with things. You know, they get calls. I wish that a source sang. The source, really? Well, we need to say who the source is.
I agree with that. If it's a source, then say the name of the source.
Yeah.
That should be a new rule.
Right?
Let's put that into...
Let's put that into motion.
Yeah. Let's go, Kathy.
I'm taking that to Washington.
Let's go. Okay, who is your celebrity hall pass?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Pass? What do you mean by that?
Kathy.
A hall pass? A crush?
No.
A hall pass.
If you, in another world...
Right.
Could... You wouldn't actually, like, it's fun. Like, oh, who is your hall pass? Like, who would you sleep with if not your husband? And not even like that. Like, who's your guy? You know what I mean? Like, who would be your celebrity hall pass?
Okay.
Okay, a crush. Let's say your crush.
Only one.
Who?
If I didn't know my husband.
If. Yeah, your husband doesn't even exist.
And, I was younger.
Yes.
I'm just going to give an initial.
How the fuck am I going to find that out? Okay, give me an initial.
I'm embarrassed.
Don't be. B.
Yes.
We sit here for an hour.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt. Yeah. Oh my God. Don't be embarrassed. Okay. Have you ever Irish goodbyed your own party to go to bed?
Yes.
How often are you doing that? If you're having 5 parties, how many times are you doing that?
Well, during the holidays, I have 5 or 6. So I will do it, when it starts getting really late, because I go up and I change like this. When people are still there all dressed up, but I'm, I slide into the members, the library. You have to come over to the library sometime.
I mean, I would be honored for the invite.
Wouldn't that be fun?
I promise I'll bring my...
Bring your Rolodex.
I'll bring my Rolodex.
Bring your phone with you.
I'll bring it. Okay. Have you ever texted the wrong person something shady about them? Oh.
Or said something.
Yes.
And it happened to me like yesterday.
No. What happened?
I am saying that we have to tell this girl to move it along and we got to land the plane. And I didn't realize, because I was getting my hair washed, that she was standing right there.
No.
And I love her. But I'm like, we got to explain to her, we got to move this along, we got to land the plane,
Who are you saying that to?
To my hairdresser.
The woman was sitting right there. Oh my God.
So I was like...
You're like, Patricia.
But then I go, Labine? And she's like, no. Labine? I go, yes, Labine.
Because you're just trying to and so did you pretend you weren't talking about her?
Yeah, I get into a whole big thing to mix it up.
Right, we were just talking about how...
Labine. Remember Labine? And she's like, I feel like I've heard that a lot. And I'm like, yeah.
That's who we're talking about.
Exactly.
Don't you agree? And she's like, but you just said my name. You're like, because I saw you standing over me and I wanted you to join the conversation.
Sometimes we will refer to people. Paris will do the same thing too, like a Jewel.
Wait, are you saying so that you give them a code name?
Like the guy is a Jewel.
A Jewel.
Like he's not great. He's not cute.
Okay.
Right?
So we're calling them so you call him what?
A Jewel.
Okay. And that's what you call everyone that you are talking about?
Yeah, and the girls do too. So and they're friends. So we know what we're talking. They know what I mean.
But it's code.
So one person said to me, I'll never go, so what do you mean a jewel? I go, you are a jewel. You're a jewel of a person. I mean, a jewel is... They're like...
Yeah.
I was so embarrassed because I felt like they kind of got it. Or Paris and Nikki, if we're somewhere and we're getting a service, right? They'll go, did you talk to Billy? Did you get the bill?
Oh, interesting. So you have a lingo, so people around you wouldn't know what you're saying.
Did you talk to Tipper? What is, how long will the party, how many people are going to be at the party? What do you think we should,
what do we
got to make this a little extra special because they've given us so much time. How many people do you think should be at the party? Right? And did you talk to William or Billy? That means you have cash on you.
You guys have actual code language going on. Well, because I remember
I maybe only have $20 in my purse, or I'd have 100 or something. So did you talk to Bill? So then we...
No, I have nothing. I haven't talked to him at all. I have nothing for him.
Yeah.
Well,
So we have this language that has developed over the years.
well, on Beverly Hills, I remember the iconic scene where Kyle is sitting there and she's like, Kathy speaks in like halves. She'll be like, and then they obviously say, because you know what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying.
And then we
You know
were
what I mean.
there, obviously.
Well, my feeling is I think it comes from being on QVC.
Oh.
I swear to God, every minute is money, every second. So so if I do know there's a camera around, I'm talking really quick because also there's 7 other girls and I won't get anything. I won't be able to talk because they're all talking.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever cried over a bad haircut?
Frizzy hair. If my hair doesn't look good, that's not good.
That's not good.
I'm just like so sad.
Are you putting a lot of work into it?
Straightener.
Like, what are you going to do with your hair on this trip tomorrow?
I know. That's what I'm worried about.
Did you ever go up? No.
You know what? I think I'll throw it up. I'll wear the visor.
Uh-huh. Throw it up.
And just throw it up.
Like, you could look cute with a little claw clip visor.
I live in claw clips.
Okay. And like a little messy, maybe a couple like
Little pieces hanging down.
And a cute earring.
And Rachel will put my lashes on for me.
Okay, boom.
So I feel like I look a little cute that way.
Uh-huh. That's so nice to have friends that know how to do that. I don't know how to put
she
fake
knows
lashes
how to
on.
do her own makeup.
That's so nice.
So that's
lashes
really
are hard. Because if you get them wrong,
forget
it looks janky.
Right?
It's like, oh, you look like you had them on the night
worst
before.
is when I'll say, honey, does this look okay? I feel like it's kind of, he goes, well, it's kind of hanging off on the side. Just take them off.
You're like, okay, never mind. Okay, Kathy, we're at the end. I want to know, to people that maybe like have seen you on TV, but weren't as familiar with you and maybe got to know you more today, like what is one thing you want them to really know about you? Miss Kathy Hilton.
I think I would want to be remembered or whatever as a kind person, fun, and, you know, I try to do the right thing. And I want people to be nice, you know?
Yeah, that's amazing. You were so fun. You have a great energy. Like, I can now see this members club gets so kooky and fun.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on. This was fabulous.
It was
easy, right?
Fun, yeah.
It wasn't too scary and it was light.
I'm not scared because I have nothing to be scared about.
Yes.
When you think about it, when you get to the point where I am in my life, I never would have done like any of this.
Like, you're like,
but it's like, you know what?
How fun.
Why not? Because I have nothing.
You have no worries.
I have no worries.
You've got your comfort pillow.
I got my little pillow.
Oh wait, yeah, give me a sign off in one of your voices of just like say "Daddy Gang." I had so much fun today, and then
right, you have to. Right, I'm going to say that. I'm going to say 2 things, and then I'm going to say "Daddy Gang." What?
Just say what their name is, Daddy Gang. So like whatever. Like, thanks for having me on. I love you guys. Bye.
Oh, the daddy of these the fans.
Yeah, these are the fans. But we need your voice.
Okay. First, I'm going to tell you. Okay, close your eyes. I say this to my husband, but it's my Labubu voice.
Okay, I'm closing my eyes.
So close your eyes.
Everyone close your eyes in the room.
I'm kind of shy and embarrassed. Okay.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to do it into the speaker here.
I'm hungry.
Did you understand what I said?
No, do it again.
Me hungry.
Oh my God. Did you just say me hungry?
Yes. Now, one more.
Okay.
Me tired.
Me tired. And are you doing this to your husband pretending
to be cute?
And are you pretending
I'm trying to be cute so that he will take me to a restaurant or that I'm tired tonight.
And I want to go home. And you do this and you don't make him close his eyes.
No.
You'll just say it to him.
No, he thinks it's great.
Great. And do you keep it mostly to one word or would you speak a sentence?
I do sentences.
Okay, give me a sentence.
I really like meeting all the daddy gang.
Kathy Hilton, you really are fucking iconic.
I'm scared and hungry.
I love it so much. Kathy, I'm obsessed with you. Thank you for doing this.
I want you to come over to my house.
Okay. When should we do it? We'll figure it out.
We'll do a barbecue. We'll get Paris.
Well, because we just saw Paris and Carter, and my husband went to school with Carter at Columbia, and they know each other, and Paris and I are friends. So we said we all have to do something together, but maybe you should host us.
Yes.
We're going to do something.
We're going to do something big.
Kathy, this is just the beginning. People don't even know what's coming.
They don't?
No, they're going to watch for it now. So now we got to follow up on this.
Now we got to follow up.
Okay.
When is your birthday? Don't tell. Hold on.
You're not going to get it.
All right, hold on.
Okay.
I'm going to say what, but don't give me looks or anything. If I'm wrong, then say you're wrong. Move ahead.
Okay.
You could be an Aquarius, but you're not. You could be a Pisces, but you're not.
No, I'm not.
You could be an Aries, but you're not. Hold on.
Strong.
You could be a Taurus. You're not. Leo?
Yes.
You know, it's going to say Leo before that, but you're strong, you're generous, but you're not lazy.
I'm not lazy.
Well, I guess because Leos can be lazy.
I am not like, can
You're
they?
not.
Oh, I'm not lazy.
Look at the way a lion walks.
Oh, slow.
But they're like this, and they sit and they watch and they wait, and then they get you.
Do I remind you of a lion at all?
No. You remind me of one of the Hilton sisters.
God, I would love to be one of those.
But
yeah.
you're very generous with a big heart.
You're so sweet. Wait, and you're a what?
Pisces.
Pisces.
The fancy fish, and the other fish is very shy and hides.
What?
Yeah, there's two fish.
Is that
Swimming
a Pisces?
in opposite directions.
Kathy, we have so much to talk about in the members club. It's really crazy.
We'll get into a night at the members club.
We will get into a night.
Oh my God. And you can bring these.
Oh my God. We'll do a podcast from the members.
Yes. Don't laugh.
Oh my God. No, you wouldn't want a podcast to go live from the members club.
Why?
What happens in the members club stays in the members club? No.
But if we could share things with people and raise a little money,
then it's all for a good cause.
it's for a good cause and
All right.
a good chuckle.
Boom. Okay, episode finished. Daddy Gang, I hope you enjoyed.
Daddy Gang, I want to meet you. I don't know the Daddy Gang.
Yeah, but you're gonna meet them one day. Kathy Hilton, you are the best. Thank you for a fabulous time. I had a lot of fun.
I had a lot of fun.
Okay, good.
It was really cool.
Woo!
What is up, Daddy Gang? It is your founding father, Alex Cooper, with Call Her Daddy.
Huda, welcome to Call Her Daddy.
Thank you.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling like really excited. I'm overwhelmed as fuck. Overwhelmed in like a good way and like in multiple ways. Like I'm not even like sitting here and I'm like, I'm overwhelmed, like I can't do it. It's like an overwhelming, like it's just I'm taking everything in all at once. Mm-hmm. I think anyone would.
Can you explain a little bit, like what have the past 48 hours since leaving the villa been like for you?
I think really like right now I'm just trying to make sure that everything like is good with the people that I'm really close with and that I hold dear to my heart. For example, like my daughter, like my family, like those are the people that I've checked on this entire time. Like I haven't texted anybody back at all.
How many texts do you have? So many.
Girl, so many.
Hundreds.
I haven't, and like the only other person I've called is my best friend.
Okay.
That's it.
Throughout the season, you were one of, if not without a doubt, the most polarizing person on the show.
So I've been told.
People either absolutely adore, love you, or there are people that like it actually feels like hate you and like do not fuck with you at all.
Yeah.
Why do you think that this is the case?
I think that honestly, I think perception's everything. And I feel like not all the time things are shown in the way that they are like perceived on TV. And I mean, I know who I am as a person. I think that's what really matters. I feel like if people are hating on me, okay, fuck you. Like, like I don't give a fuck. Like, why does it matter? As long as the people that I love are close to me and like that care about me and they, you know, see me for who I actually am, like that's truly what matters to me. And I'm very, very, very blessed to have so many people that do love me and support me, because I feel like the good outweighs the bad, in all honesty. And yeah, I try to pay the hate like no mind. To be honest, like you don't know me. You don't know me at all.
I was going to ask you, like, now that you have had your phone back and have gotten maybe like a brief second in between, like no sleep. I was going to say no sleep club, another club. You haven't.
Girl, I haven't. I'm not outside. I'm not.
You're sitting.
Girl, I'm sat. I'm sat.
You're like this with your sunglasses. The meme of
no,
you.
Dad,
Like,
just sitting.
no, you're not moving. You're not moving. But I was going to ask, like, now that you've gotten to maybe see a couple of like your mentions, like, what comments have been like negatively the most shocking to you?
Oh fuck, I really don't pay that shit no mind. The craziest thing I've heard is that people called CPS on me. I was like, are you so serious right now? First of all, my daughter's dad was fully aware of what I was doing. He was fully okay with it. He signed consent. We had that conversation. We're fine. Me going on a show does not make me a bad person. You know how many mothers are, you know, doing tours around the world who are doing all these things and they can't see their kids? It's like, it doesn't make you a bad mom to do something for yourself in that way at all.
Yep. Thank you.
And I'm just like, I don't understand it, because it's just like, you guys just have nothing better to do at this point. And, you know, I know that I'm a good mom. I'm with my daughter 24/7. Me and her dad, we split custody. So like, I have her Sunday through Fridays, and then he has her the days that I don't have her. And so I have her majority of the time. I'm with her 24/7. Like, I do the pickups to drop offs at school. I pack her lunches. You know, I'm there to give her a pep talk if a kid's being mean to her in class. Like, I'm there for her through and through. She tells me about the boys she likes. Like, we do the hee hee ha haing. Like, we put perfume on in the mornings together. We brush our teeth in the same sink, even though I have a double sink. She brushes it in my sink with me every morning. I do her hair every morning. We do outfits together in the morning. Like, all of that stuff. Anytime I put a dress on, she's like, you look so beautiful, mommy. Like, she's my hype woman. Someone says something mean to me, she's like, don't talk to my mom like that. Mind you, she's 4.
Dude, I mean, I have questions like later on that I want to talk to you about, because that was like a point people were talking about. It's like you and your family and all of it. But like, I can imagine coming out of the villa and just as a human being, but most importantly as a mother, understandably, immediately your gut reaction is to address that, because like that's your blood, that's your daughter. Yeah.
Anything.
Yeah.
The only thing I was worried about as soon as I walked out of that villa was my daughter.
Yeah.
That is the main thing I wanted to address. I could care less about hatred from people. I care more about her safety and if she's okay.
Hidden Valley Ranch now comes in a new Easy Squeeze bottle. The same ranch you love, just in a new, easier to use bottle. New look, same great flavor. Hidden Valley Ranch is the original ranch, the brand that created ranch in 1954. Recently, Hidden Valley Ranch changed its packaging, moving from the original paddle bottle to new Easy Squeeze bottle. The new bottle offers a lot of benefits, including making it easier to just get the right amount of ranch out without making a mess and helping you get out every drop. Hidden Valley Ranch is America's #1 ranch. Visit walmart.com/Hidden Valley for a new Easy Squeeze bottle of Hidden Valley Ranch today. Hidden Valley Ranch, only serious about flavor. Okay. There has been so much conversation about your character, how you treated other islanders, whether or not your behavior was toxic. And we are going to get into all of it tonight. But I think in order to have like an actual productive conversation, I want to get to know you a little bit better before we get to your Love Island days. Okay. So let's go back. I want to talk to you about your childhood.
Yes.
What was it like in your house growing up?
So growing up, so my parents, they immigrated to America and got their citizenship. And my dad, he had his own business. and my mother, she was a teacher. And we weren't like fortunate as kids. Like my mother and father had 5 kids. So it's like, and they immigrated here, no family, nothing. So I wasn't raised with money. I wasn't raised with that. We played with sticks outside. We didn't have phones till we were like 16, 17. Like, I'm not a, what is it, privileged child. I was never that. And growing up, my dad was extremely abusive. He was very abusive, like towards my mother, towards me and my siblings. Like a vivid memory I have as a kid is like, I don't even know how old I was, but I remember hearing my dad like beating the shit out of my mom in the room. And I remember like finally, like I think someone got the door open, and I just remember seeing my mom's face, like her glasses were broken, and then I just see him snatch her head back and slam the door. Like I'm gonna cry. Like that's literally like that was my childhood. Can I get a tissue?
There's tissue. Let me got you.
Damn, we just started, Alex. Hold on a second.
You're good.
I'm definitely about to start my period. Like, there's no fucking way I'm not.
I'm on mine, so we'll just fucking cry together.
Alex, you're making me sync with you. Should I stuff this one?
Yeah, just put it there.
Okay, so, but yeah, so I grew up in an extremely abusive household. Needless to say, like, I did have a fun childhood, though. I think me and my siblings were extremely close in the midst of the chaos. Like, we were very, very close. My sister, she would get us away from all that. She would, like, take us on we would call it the dinosaur trail. And it was, like, this dirt road because they were doing construction. Sometimes you would see, like, deer tracks and whatnot. And, like, sometimes she would do things to make it look cooler, to make us think there were dinosaurs and stuff. Like, that's, like, the things we would have fun with. We would go in the creek and we would play in the creek. Like, we would do all these things as kids.
And of the 5 kids, where were you in the lineup?
I'm the youngest.
Even in like writing this interview, like I had no fucking idea about anything about you because there's not anything really on the internet about your life.
They didn't put it on the show either?
No, that you didn't talk about any of this on the show.
Oh, that's crazy.
When you're talking about your dynamic with your parents and specifically your father being abusive, being the youngest, because I can imagine you're talking about your sister kind of like being the one that's getting you guys out of the house. But how do you think being the youngest in an abusive household impacted your personal development?
I think I was a lot more persuasive being a lot younger. So I was a lot more persuasive in terms of like giving me sweets and like buying me things and, doing things towards me and hurting me and then saying, oh, here's this, or like doing things and, saying, I'll go take you here if whatever. And that happened to me a lot as a child as well. Like, and then at one point, when my parents separated, I was in like the 4th grade, I believe. And my mom, I remember when my dad was at work, we packed up everything and we left. And my mom, we lived in like this 2-bed, 1-bath apartment that was like, I think it's like $600 rent, I'm pretty sure. No washer and dryer. We would go to the laundromat. Like, me and all my sisters were in a room. My brother was in his own room. My mom slept on the couch. It wasn't even a couch. It was those outdoor like futon things. Yeah. Outdoor like futon things. Yeah. And they have like the wooden railing things on them. Yes. And then like it's like just a cushion. That's what my mom would sleep on every single night because she didn't want to take a bedroom.
What was the breaking point for her to get you guys out?
I'm not 100% sure exactly what her breaking point was. Mm-hmm. I think maybe it possibly could be her support system on the people on the outside that saw this happening.
Do you have a relationship with your father? Do you speak to him?
I haven't talked to my dad in 8 years. Yeah, I stopped talking to him when I was 16. There's a really valid reason as to why I'm not speaking to him. My dad there was a lot of times where I was alone with my dad, and there's things that like my family doesn't believe me about. Tissue. So damn, girl, you got me crying on the show. I know that friggin' period is coming and it's on its way to us very soon.
Period or not, Huda, like this is some
girl. Trust me, when I was with the psychologist, I like talked to her about all these things and I was just crying because it's like you relive it when you talk about it. Ooh, hold on.
Take your time.
So, anyway, there's a lot of things that happen. I don't want to go like too much into detail.
Yeah.
But I kept a lot of things to myself, and then there was a point where I got really scared, and I remember calling my mom and just telling like, please pick me up, like please pick me up. And she's like, what's wrong? Like, I can't. I have to get you tomorrow. Like she was working like 3-4 jobs. This woman would not sleep. She would sleep like 3-4 hours, and we would never really see her as much because she was working all the time. We would eat frozen food and Wendy's, and she's like, I can't. I was like, I was crying. I was like, please pick me up. I would lock myself in the bathroom. My dad went in his office and was like working, and I like tiptoed out when she was there, and I like grabbed my things and I like tiptoed past his office because the floor would creak sometimes. So I was so scared, and so I tiptoed out and I like closed the door really quietly, and I just told her, I was like, please go, please go, please go. Like I was like, please get out, like get me out of here. And to this day, like I don't think anyone in my family believes anything that I say about that.
Why?
I have no idea. Maybe it's hard to believe.
Yeah.
But I just accepted that I know what was going on.
Yeah.
And you know, I had listened to like podcasts about certain things leading up to a lot with my dad, and it made me realize like, I don't want to say grooming, but like there's a lot of things that were happening. You know, I don't know. My dad hasn't remarried or nothing. Like it's I have no idea the reasonings behind it. So I never really had a father figure growing up in that way, at all.
What was school like for you during all of this?
I always got bullied in school. I think I always was just like unapologetically myself, and that didn't resonate with a lot of people.
Seems like a theme in your life, Huda, that we're gonna get to.
Trust me, there was a lot of things that triggered me in that villa. I will be completely honest with you.
Yeah.
And things that I caught and was clocking and was told that I was being crazy. But I don't know if anything was done on purpose to make me act out in a way. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh, I got bullied in school. When I was in middle school, there was a point where like I wanted to take my own life. I did not want to live anymore. Girls, I remember I was friends with these girls, and then like I think it was like 2 of them I was friends with, 2 or 3 of them, and one of them was a new girl. And mind you, I was friends with the other girls. We were all fine, and then the new girl comes, and she's like does modeling, and she does all of these things, and like, you know, I'm just this girl who loves to sing, and she knew I like my dream. I used to watch America's Next Top Model growing up. Like I wanted to model so bad growing up, and you know I realized I was too short. Like I was like, this is not gonna happen for me. But I was always a dream of mine, and like she knew that, and she would kind of rub it in my face and would be like, oh, you're not even pretty enough to do that. You're not skinny enough. You're not this. I stopped eating for days at a time. Like I remember my math teacher, she would literally be like, how do you need to eat? Like you need to eat something. Like I would never eat anything. I was bulimic. Like I would literally chew food and then spit it into a trash can just to taste it because I thought I wasn't skinny enough.
And did anyone in your life, like your mom or your older sister, did anyone know you were going through this?
I didn't say anything. And like these girls would push me into lockers, throw food on me. Specifically that one girl, she would do that, and other girls would just hee hee ha ha. Kids would harass me in school. They would, I remember this one kid, he was on the football team. He would grab my ass. He would like pin me against the wall in middle school. People would make racial comments about me, call me a terrorist. This stuff happened to me my childhood. And, leading into like high school, like I had always felt like I got left out of things throughout school. Like in high school, I remember people tried to start bullying me again. I think at that point, you know, before that I had begged God. I was like, please, 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 like, please, please get rid of these girls for me. Please, like, make this easier for me. Like, give me a fresh start, please. To both of the girls, they moved away. And I had a chance at a fresh start. And, you know, everyone in school, like, kind of knew what people were doing. I mean, at least as far as I knew. And I remember someone tried to make a terrorist comment towards me in high school, and I shut that shit down immediately. I was like, I'm going to turn a new leaf and just nip it in the bud. And I did. I nipped it in the bud, and no one said anything about it again. And I remember I was friends with these group of girls in school, and I had always felt left out in things because my mom was really strict on me. Like, she wouldn't let me go to sleepovers. She wouldn't let me go out. Like, she didn't even want me to go to, like, we had this thing called, like, tea dance. Like, she didn't want me to do any of those things. I had to beg her to go to prom. And, like, when I felt left out in things with those friend groups, because they would be like, oh, she can't even go anyway. But it's like, just ask me if I can. Like,
right. Like, just give me like a bone.
Let me feel a little bit
like,
included.
Yeah.
I didn't have a phone either. And then I finally got a phone. Like, they kind of like, they made me get Instagram. They're like, you need to make an Instagram. You need to make Instagram. I'm like, okay. So I started doing Instagram stuff. And like, I started gaining followers for like my singing videos and things like that. And it was a fun moment for me. But in turn, people in school were like, she's so full of herself. She's so cocky. Like, who does she think she is? And, you know, with that friend group that always left me out, I think there was one point where I was sitting with them at the lunch table and I was just like, the girls were laughing about something and I really didn't find it funny. I have a unique sense of humor, I feel like, and sometimes people don't understand it, but like, there's some things I really don't find funny. And, you know, I'm sitting there and these girls are like, hee hawing, like laughing. And I'm just sitting there just like with a straight face, just kind of like wondering like how that is even funny. And they looked at me and they're just like, Huda, like, why are you not laughing? Like, what is it? And I was like, honestly, I don't think any of you guys are really funny. And I really don't want to be friends with you guys. And I got up and I just walked away. And since then, I would go into this dressing room thing that had little mirrors around it. I would practice dance. I used to be a dance captain. I practiced hip hop in there. Was I the #1 person in the world? No, but I was still learning. And I would sing in there. I would practice like my acapella stuff in there. I would practice. I was a theater kid. I did a lot of musical theater. Like, I practiced all of these things in there by myself. Free period, I'm going to that room and I'm practicing. That's all I would do.
Just even like hearing you explain, I feel like at such a young age, you were getting it from every fucking angle and there was nowhere to go but rely on yourself. Like, you talking about being in your household, looking at your mom being physically abused, then it turning to you, being alone with your father in this moment where you're like scared for your life and you're trying to flee a situation that should be the one place you do feel safe. Then you go to school where maybe it's like, let's get some reprieve. Maybe the kids at school can make me forget about my home life. And then you're getting it from your school life and your peers. And it's like, I can't help but think like what that young version of you, how do you not put up this hard wall? How do you not become this person that, like you just said, the minute they made a joke about you and they came at you and they tried to make a racial comment to make you feel less than, one day you decide to be like, no, fuck that. But how many days prior were you crying in the bathroom, sitting alone, crying about it? Like, it's so sad to think about you developmentally, how you had to turn from this like soft loving girl to then like you needed to create this hard exterior literally just to survive. Like, what do you wish you could go back and tell yourself, like sitting here right now with all of this success in like the darkest moments of your life where you mentioned like it got to the point where you literally didn't want to be here anymore?
Fuck him. Fuck him. Like, who gives a fuck? Be yourself. Do what you want to do in life. And this is what I tell my daughter all the time. I'm like, do what you want to do. Stop caring about what other people think. Because there's times where kids will be mean to her. And I'm just like, honey, like, you're so smart and you're beautiful. And, you know, you're fun. You're funny. Anyone would hate on somebody like that.
We all know that you are a mommy, mamacita. Mamacita.
Of a human child.
Like, you saw that? Were you like,
I died.
How is this the most viral thing
I died? I was like, this is the most viral thing I said, is that I'm a mommy. Like, you know what's funny? Me and Nick like barely remember that conversation. Mm-hmm. I just remember going into it. I remember I was like, me and Nick were very like goofy people. Mm-hmm. And we don't take shit seriously in conversations when we talk. And, you know, like, there's times where we try to be serious, but always ends off on a funny note. And in that conversation, I remember I wanted to bring it up to him, but because of our nature and like the way we are, I was like, I can't sit here and be serious towards him.
Right, like, Nick, I have like, a big thing Nick, to tell you.
I'm so sorry, but like, this is so serious, and
or you're gonna fuck around.
I am a mother, and I really want you to understand. Like, I didn't want to do that and be like, guess what? Like, because that's how we are. Me and him were goofy as shit.
But the point I was bringing that up for is you are a mother. You have a daughter, a gorgeous daughter.
Thank you.
How did you meet her dad?
Tinder.
Stop. Oh my God, you need to do like your first brand deals with Tinder.
Listen, it may not always work out, but you might have a fun time. Like literally. So we
dead.
So we met on there. I remember I was like 18.
Okay.
And I think this is the first time I ever moved out of my mother's house because I was just sick of being controlled at that time. You know, everyone's rebellious. You're getting controlled your whole life. You're told you can't go on sleepovers. You're told you can't do X, Y, Z, 1, 2, 3. It's like, finally, I'm 18. I'm legally, I have freedom. I can do whatever I want to do. And I moved out. I was living with these 2 other girls, and I decided, I was like, okay, I'm going to talk to whoever I want to talk to. I'm going to go out. I'm going to do this. I had my fun when I was 18. And I think that's why I'm like not really big on like going out now. Like
you're like, I did it.
I did the thing.
That was enough.
You know the thing?
Yeah.
I did it.
You did that. Okay, wait. How would you describe your early stages of that relationship with him?
We were very lovey. We got very lovey very fast. Very lovey-dovey. Like I really liked him a lot. And for me, I always tell people, I'm like, you can always tell when I really like somebody and when I really don't. You can always tell. It's like 0 to 100. Like you can 100. I can't lie. I cannot lie.
I know you told us you're sitting there with the girls and you're like, you're not funny.
No.
Literally.
Like, I can't sit here and act like I like you when I don't. I can't be fake. Like if I sit here, I'm just like, oh my God, like I love you.
You're like fuck off.
No, I'm like, can you just leave me the fuck alone, please? Like, get away from me. Like,
so you really, really liked him.
I did. I really, really liked him off the jump. Like we were very, very close, very fast. But in that, he did cheat on me, you know, and that doesn't make him a bad person. He just made bad decisions.
Okay, wait. Before you got pregnant, did you guys have conversations about like what you wanted your future to look like together?
We obviously wanted to move in together. The goal was marriage. Like that was always a thing. Like we were very locked in with each other at that time. We would always, I mean, a lot of the videos got out. Like we made so many cute videos together. We would go to the beach 1,000,000 times together.
Can you take me to the moment when you found out that you were pregnant?
Bitch, girl. I remember this was after he cheated on me when I was in Puerto Rico. I was in Puerto Rico with my sister for the first time ever.
Okay.
First time ever on vacation with her. You know, first major vacation. I was really excited. It was a good time until it wasn't. And then I remember, you know, I had his location. And at this time, hell yeah, when someone's cheating on you multiple times, you're going to get a little toxic and go a little crazy. And I'm checking that man's location like nobody's business on this vacation. Because he cheated on me so many times. But I was naive. I was naive at that time. I took him back 1,000,000 fucking times.
Okay, I do want to emphasize you were 18 at 18.
Exactly. This is like what? Like 6 years ago?
I know. But now we do got to get better. But I agree.
I don't do that anymore.
Okay.
I don't even care. Like, no. Now, girl, guys have given me the location. I forget that I have it.
Okay, perfect.
Like,
you're too tired.
I'm tired, Grandpa. Like, I don't want to do that shit, man.
Okay, so you're 18. You're getting toxic because he's cheated a couple times, and you're like, "I'm on to you, motherfucker." I'm in Puerto Rico. What happens,
girl? So I'm looking through, you know, seeing where this man is going, right? And I remember there was one night particularly, he was not answering the phone, and I was just like, okay, this man is up to something. I was like, he has to be cheating on me because that was the only logical answer. And to my surprise, he was cheating on me. So I was like, okay, cool. Great. So I remember I was just going off on him because he was not answering his phone. He was at this random house. And we had to talk because he wouldn't let me go to clubs or anything. Oh. And I wasn't like allowed to go to parties. I had lost a lot of my friends at the time because like every time I would hang out with him, he would like blow up my phone. And, you know, mind you, I feel like I blew up his phone too. Like, it's not like it was just him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was doing shit too.
There was a cycle that was being created.
Yeah, it was a very toxic relationship. And basically, he was at this house. I'm calling. He's not answering. Then I see his car leaving early in the morning, like just leaving that house. He's calling me. He's like, I just got a ticket. Like, I'm late to work. I just got a ticket. I'm just like, where were you? I was home. This is when he was in the barracks in the military. And so he told me he was in the barracks. Brother, did you forget I had your location? Like,
I've been tracking your house like my Uber Eats order.
Like, literally, I'm like, bestie
shit.
girl, I'm on like a hawk. Like, I'm looking at your ass going.
You're like zooming.
You're going 71 miles per hour. It's back down to 60. Like, I'm looking at the whole shebang. like,
I know what route you took. Okay?
Literally, I know the way you go home from work. Like, I saw the whole thing. But no, I'm just kidding. But like, I was just like, All right. You definitely weren't home. I'm not crazy. I'm texting his friend. His friend, I guess, told me, he said that he slept at his place, like his friend's place in like the barracks room.
Yeah.
And then I asked him where he slept last night. He slept in his own room. So the math wasn't mathing.
You're like, one of you is fucking lying, you idiots.
In the middle of this conversation, I get a DM. Hey, girly. I was like, be so for real. My intuition never lies. I'm like, oh my God. I looked at that shit. I was like, wow. I got pictures of them in bed together.
No.
Yeah. I was like, damn, that's crazy.
Not the hey girly.
Yeah. And I was just like, okay, cool. Yeah. Then that whole thing happened. Then he was like, said a lot of things to convince me to take him back, which I did. And I was naive.
I get it. Anyone that's judging didn't have one of those first true, like, so madly in love toxic relationships.
Everyone has one.
I had one and it was horrible, and it fucks you up.
Mm-hmm.
But it's intoxicating because when you're in love for the first time, you don't really understand anything else.
I never had a good example growing up. Like, I never had anyone to guide me in that way at all. I thought, when I became 18, and mind you, I didn't have my first kiss until after high school. I didn't have sex until after high school. Like, I thought it was like a fairy tale. I thought it was like Disney. Swear to God, I'm watching all these things. I'm watching all these Disney movies, and I'm just like, oh my God, like, it's gonna be like that, and he's gonna look at me from across the room and be like, hey, like, I'm thinking it's like gonna be some cute lovey shit, bitch. When I lost my virginity, and that man was sleeping with one of the girls who bullied me in school, I was like, be so for real. This shit is not what I thought it was.
You're like, this is a horror movie.
I'm dead ass. Dead ass.
What is this shit?
Literally.
Dude, you had a rude awakening coming.
Literally. I know I haven't gone on the pregnant topic yet. But
okay, yeah, we're getting there.
Sorry, I have ADHD.
I won't let you forget.
Thanks, Queen.
How the fuck did you find out you're pregnant?
Okay, so after that happened, I remember we were all hanging out, like having a little party, whatever. I remember I was going up the stairs, and I remember me and his friends crossed paths. I remember I was lit as shit this time. And I was just like, I looked at his friend, I was like, I think I'm pregnant. And he looked at me and he was just like, no. And I was like, yeah. He's like, no. And then I remember I had eaten Taco Bell and I threw that shit up everywhere. And then this is also when I found out I was allergic to Tylenol. So I took a Tylenol and I found I was allergic to that. So that was another thing. I had a fever after that. Not a good time. You know, morning sickness plus a fever, not great. So anyway, after that, we were going home and I was like, okay, we need to buy a plan B. And I'm like, okay, cool. Let's go buy plan B. We go to Walmart. Okay, we go to Wally World. And I was like, all right, let's go buy plan B. We're going to the thing. I'm looking at the pregnancy test. I'm like, do you think we should buy a pregnancy test? He's just like, why? I was just like, I don't know. Like, I just feel like we should buy one. And he was just like, okay, but why? I was like, okay, well, you know, we're not really rich right now. I was like, the plan B is more expensive than the pregnancy test. Imagine if I'm pregnant, we can just return the plan B. So that was my logic. I was like, all right. And I go in the Walmart bathroom and I pee on this stick. I put it back in the box and I walk out and he's just like, what did it say? I'm like, I don't know yet. It's still developing. He's like, okay. We walk to the car. We get in the car. We sit down. He's like, all right, you want to open it? I was like, yeah. Open that shit. Pregnant. I said, oh. We started crying. We was in shock. I was in shock. I was crying. I was like, what do I do? I'm talking to my best friend. I'm like, girl, what do I do? And she's just like, what? I like, you know, do whatever you want to do, whatever you feel is right, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, cool. And long story short, we kept breaking up and getting back together. He deployed. We kept fighting the entire time. You know, he still was talking to other girls. Like, it was like a whole thing. And yeah, that was the story of how I found out I was pregnant.
How did your family react?
So I actually kept it from my mom for like 3 or 4 months.
Okay.
Kept it from everybody for 3 or 4 months. I didn't know how to do this at all. I didn't even know I was supposed to go to the doctors. I didn't know anything. No one taught me anything. So I didn't know what to do. And I just kept her growing inside of me. I didn't go to an OBGYN. I didn't go to anything. I just was pregnant. And I didn't get checked at all, nothing. And I remember, I think like 3 or 4 months in, I was getting a little bit bigger. We would go to the grocery store, me and my mom, and like, I would be craving things. And she kind of looks and she's like, moms know. So I remember there was one time I was in my room, and this is back when I moved back in with her. And I was in my room And she came to like give me a hug. She said something and like I hugged her. I'm a big hugger. She came and gave me a hug. And then she goes, "You're getting chunky, like chubby. Like you're getting a little chubby." And I'm just like, "Oh shit." Like I have to tell her.
You got to tell her.
And I'm sitting in my room just like contemplating. I'm like, "Fuck, like what do I do? What do I do?" So I'm like, "Mom," she was cooking. I was like, "Mom," I was like, "I have something to tell you." I was like, "Can you please come to the room?" And she walks to my room. And then she sits down on the bed and I'm like, "Mom," I was like, "I did something bad." And my mom is extremely religious. She's Muslim. So she's extremely religious. I was like, "I did something bad." And she's just like, "Did you hurt somebody?" I said, "No." "Did you do drugs?" "No." She's like, just was listening to things. She's like, "Did you do this?" I'm like, "No." And she goes, "Are you pregnant?" And I just start crying. And she sat there and she looked at me. She goes, "Don't sin twice." And that's when I knew I was going to keep my daughter. And yeah, that's the story of how I told my mom.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how did you decide to end that relationship? On, off again, toxic, while you're pregnant, then you have your daughter. Like, when did you end it and how did you end it with him?
So we were together. We moved in together after having her. And then I think like less than a year. I'm not pretty sure how long it was after we moved in together. But I remember there was a lot of things that bothered me in the relationships. Like when my daughter was an infant, like firstborn, I was breastfeeding at the time. And yeah, I was a stay-at-home mother, but I was with her 24/7, never sleeping. And if I got up, she would cry and cry. And it's to the point where when your kid has like colic, you just don't want to hear crying anymore. Like it's like you don't want her to cry. So you will sit there and not eat so she doesn't cry. You will sit there and not shower for days so she doesn't cry.
Your daughter had colic.
Mm-hmm.
And can you just really make sure everyone understands what that is, just in case they don't know?
So it's like when kids, like they cry for no really apparent reason. Like you can do anything and they will not stop crying. And some mothers go crazy with it. Like I had to keep my cool the whole time. I would just cry because I couldn't do anything. And like one time my mom, she was just like, "Just sit her in the room, walk out for 5 minutes. She can cry, just come back and just like collect herself a little bit." And like when she would cry in the middle of the night, like I understand he was in the military and he worked a lot, but it's like, this is a team effort. And, being a mom is a full-time job. Like you're with her 24/7. And like in the middle of the night, we were supposed to do shifts. Like if like I had to change a diaper, then it was his turn, then it was my turn. Sometimes he would do it, but a lot of the time it would be like, hey, like I would wake up to her crying. I'm like, "Hey, can you come on? Like, can you help me? Can you help me?" And he was just like, "You do it." And so I would get up and go do it. And, in times like when he would come home, it was like, "Oh, let me shower first, then I'll make you something to eat. Oh, can I play this video game real quick and then I can make you something to eat?" Or like I'll be like, "Can you take her so I can do this? Hold on, let me shower." And mind you, he was a great dad still. He still did good things. Like he still spent time with her. He still was fun with her and stuff like that. But I think a lot of the hardships were on me. And, that's also why, like on the show, like the baby thing, that triggered the fuck out of me.
Let's get to that because we're going to get to Love Island. I want to go through that.
Okay,
but
yeah, cool.
So you ended up just realizing this person, it just wasn't going to work romantically.
It wasn't going to work romantically. There was a point where, he wasn't very good with his finances. And I was just kind of like realizing what I really wanted in a man because I was getting older. I was getting less naive. But yeah, so then during that time, like he wasn't really good with his finances and we were always late on bills, late on everything. I would do Instacart with my daughter, which is dangerous. I would do Instacart with her and bring her with me to do that because we were so broke. And I would give him all the money that I would make from that. And we were still late on rent. And I remember there was a time where he was like leaving for, I think, training or deployment or something. And we had like 30 days, less than 30 days actually, to move out. And we had to find a new place. I have never found a place before. I had never done anything like that before. Nothing was packed. I had to do everything. And I pack everything. I'm trying to get like some of his friends to help me. Like I hired people to help me move. Like I was doing everything by myself. I was losing my mind trying to find a place, like losing my mind. And I finally found one, like literally like 2 or 3 days before I had to move out. And I moved everything in. I put his stuff in the storage room. I left it there. I told him, I said, listen, when you get back, like you have 2 weeks and that's it. Because what kind of man leaves you with all of that?
A boy.
So I wanted better for myself.
Yeah.
I knew my potential as a woman. I knew my potential in life, and I knew what I wanted to do with my life and what I wanted in life. And I wasn't going to settle.
Nor should you ever. But I can only imagine like the complexity of having a child, but it seems like in a beautiful way, you finally hit that point where you just started to choose yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And it was probably the best decision you could have made,
100%.
But it's so fucking hard to leave.
It was hard to leave. I remember I would cry every day, every single day.
It's easier to stay sometimes.
I would cry every day by myself. He wouldn't know I was crying every day, but I would cry every day. And I would say, I hate my life. I don't want this. Like, I don't want to be with him. Like, I was losing my mind, and I was trying to figure out how I could leave and what I could do to leave. I didn't know what to do. Like, we weren't even kissing anymore.
And when this ended, around how old were you? 22, 21?
21-ish?
21?
Yeah, about 21.
Okay, so now you're 24, right?
Almost 21, I think.
Okay, so now you're 24. And you have all of this going on in your life. And then fast forward, this little show comes along called Love Island. And you decide to go on reality TV. In our hectic, fast-paced lives, we could use some slowing down. Haagen-Dazs is made to be savored and enjoyed slowly. Introducing new Haagen-Dazs Belgian waffle cones, a completely new experience that's worth slowing down for. Daddy Gang, you've never had cones like this before, okay? They'll take crunch to a whole new level. Each crispy waffle cone is filled with the velvety smooth ice cream that Haagen-Dazs is known and loved for. Then it's finished with delicious toppings and a decadent bite of sauce waiting for you at the bottom of the cone, okay? Haagen-Dazs Belgian waffle cones come in 4 delicious flavors: vanilla salted caramel, summer berry, triple chocolate fudge, and toasted almond fudge. Boom. Sign me up. You guys know that I have the most hectic days at the office. So when I get home, I love to grab a little treat, toss my phone away, and take a minute to myself. These cones are a must-have in my freezer. I'm obsessed with the summer berry flavor. It's fruity and it's sweet. And seriously, it always hits the spot. It's the perfect way to end a long, 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 stressful day. Ice cream just always hits the spot for me, and these Haagen-Dazs cones are truly the perfect treat. Savor your moment of slow with new Haagen-Dazs Belgian waffle cones available at retailers nationwide. Call Her Daddy is brought to you by White Claw. I don't know who needs to hear this, but you're way too hot to be spending the summer sitting inside scrolling on your phone. What are you doing? What are you doing? Stop letting plans die out in the group chat. Grab a White Claw and go make some memories, okay? Whether you're yapping poolside, hitting a barbecue, or just kicking back around a fire, a cold White Claw goes perfectly with your summer plans. That's right, Daddy Gang. It is White Claw summer. 100 calories in 12 glorious ounces, gluten-free, and the taste you know and love. I like to pick up a variety pack so that I can guarantee everyone can get their favorite flavors. I am personally through and through always a black cherry girl, but Matt loves the mango and Lauren's favorite is lime. So there's truly something for everyone. It's time to come out of hibernation and stop leaving everyone on red. We're finding a guy with a boat and we're having a damn drink. My friends and I strictly drank White Claw for an entire girls trip last year. And now I can't even smell sunscreen without being reminded of that trip. It was honestly the best time ever. There is nothing better than warm sun, a tiny bikini, tiny bikini, and an ice cold claw in your hand. That is peak life. Pick up a pack from your favorite local spot and grab life by the claw with your favorite flavor this summer. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer works. Chicago, Illinois. Tell me how the fuck that came to be. Because I'm literally like, holy shit, dude. Like, just
curveball.
Let's just all pause for a minute. Hearing the beginning half of your fucking life, dude, and then to where you're sitting right now, I know we have a lot of shit to go through. Yeah. I know we have so much to talk about of what the way the internet feels about how you acted and all these things. But like, this is the shit of why I love doing my job, because it's like, we know none of this. we've known none of this. We didn't know about your childhood. And I understand Love Island's not the platform to like be talking about this kind of shit. But when we're judging so intensely someone on reality TV, there's 19 million more chapters that we weren't privy to. And so I appreciate you even opening up a little bit today, because I know there's so much more to these stories and we're getting a preview. But thank you for sharing, because it does give a lot of insight into now what we are about to talk about.
Thank you for asking.
Of course.
Like,
okay, Love Island. How did this come to be?
So I always wanted to do the show. I was always a dream of mine to do the show. I just never knew if I was going to. I remember like when I would go, sometimes I would go on like TikTok live with like, at the time, because I was doing social, like gym content a lot of times. So I would go on, you know, live sometimes and just talk about gym stuff. And like everyone kept saying, like, because sometimes I would say stories like about my dating life, because it's fun, like to talk about it. And I would tell people about my dating life, but everyone's like, you should go on Love Island. I could so see you on Love Island. You should do Love Island. Everyone's pushing me for it, like, you should do Love Island. I was like, okay, I met this guy. That's how it all starts. I met this guy, and he knew that I wanted to do Love Island. And it ended up being just like a really toxic thing where it was like, he was not at all who I thought he was. He ended up trying to like rub in my face so they reached out to him. And because he knew I wanted to do it. And then I was like, he might do it. Why the fuck can't I do it? Because he told me it was dumb. So I was like, why the fuck can't I do it? You're rubbing it in my face. So I said, fuck it. I'll apply. I applied traditionally. And I said, you know what? I'm going to do it. And I did. And then I think like a month later or something, I had gotten reached out to. I got reached out to shortly after that. But about a month later, I had my interview. Did that. Months later, another interview. Then I think it was like the final point where I met the producers. Since then, every week, like multiple interviews a week, multiple things I had to do. Then I remember I flew to Fiji and I manifested this shit, bitch. I'm just like positive. I'm always trying to stay positive, even though regardless of how negative that situation was, like I was staying positive and I was like, I'm going to have this. I would speak it into existence. Like, this is going to be my reality. I'm going to have this. This is what I'm going to do. And I was like, I kept telling myself, like, I'm going to be an OG. I'm going to be an OG. I kept telling myself that. I was like, I'm going to be an OG. And I remember I came to Fiji, they flew me out, and, you know, I had done all the interviews and whatnot and like all the filming prep work and whatever. And they're like, this doesn't guarantee you're on the show still. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I have anxiety. I'm just like, I just want to know. I like to know things before they happen. And, you know, I'm sitting there and then I get told, we want you in the first lining, like the first lineup. I was just like, my jaw on the floor. Like on the fucking floor, bitch. That shit was that flies were flying in that hoe. And I was like, holy shit, my manifestations are coming true. And I get on the show, doing the whole thing. I think I had a lot of luck on that show in terms of how long I stayed. And I think that whole show is really luck. A lot of it is luck. America's Voting, luck. Like, it's luck. How they perceive you, luck.
Okay. Well, we're going to go back to the fucking beginning.
Let's go.
Because I didn't watch all these episodes for nothing, bitch.
Come on,
okay? And you didn't live it for
Let's
nothing.
do it, boom, chicka, boom.
Okay. Day one, couple up with Jeremiah.
Yeah.
What was your first impression of this man?
So when we first saw each other, I remember I thought everyone was really attractive. When he came in, he like, I could just, you know, when you can just tell when a guy really likes you, the way they look at you.
Yes.
I remember I was like, I went to go hug him and like I tripped backwards and he like pulled me in and that like stuck with me. And I was like, it's like a movie. I was like, love it. You know, my childhood dreams are coming true. I remember in that point, and then, you know, we, you know, kissed in the heart thing, and, you know, he kissed a girl on the cheek, and I was like, like, why would a man not do that for me? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, period. Like, we love that. Everyone's like, do you not think it's a red flag? I'm like, damn, like, is that a red flag? I'm like, fuck. I'm like, am I tripping here? Because I'm so used to getting love bombed. At that point, when everyone's like pointing out to me, they're like, do you not think that's a red flag? And I'm sitting there in beach and I'm just like, am I being love bombed? Like, is this not real? I'm like, is this like, am I tripping?
How would you describe your guys' dynamic in the first 24 hours? That first 24 hours off the rip.
Me and Jeremiah?
Yes.
Oh, lovey-dovey as fuck. Like, he was so into me. I was so into him. Like, even on chill days, like, we would always, like, blow kisses from across the room. Like, we would look at each other and be like, and, like, we would get yelled at, be like, stop interacting with each other. Like, we would do all those little hearts to each other, like blow kisses. Like we would sneak in the hallway to kiss each other and like we would get in trouble. Like we would do those things all the time. Like we would kiss each other all over each other's faces and whatnot. It's very physical.
So you intentionally decided that you wanted to wait to tell Jeremiah about your daughter. Why was waiting important to you?
So I felt like in the dating world, in the real world, I think that people don't really see me as a person and like get to know me fully. I think immediately it's like mom, and you're just like, oh, she's a mom, she's a mom, she's a mom. I'm more than just a mom. Like I'm Huda. You know what I'm saying? Like there's more to me than just that. And I was taking this opportunity as a way for people to get to know me first, to decide if they liked me, and then go from there. There's people that have mom fetishes and shit all the time. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to let them get to know me first. And I said this on the show. I don't know if it was ever shown. I haven't watched it back. But like, I said all of these things.
One of the things that people online have kind of accused you of being slightly manipulative by hiding that part of your life from Jeremiah. Did you feel like you were leading him on and kind of setting up to fail by keeping this from him?
Not necessarily. Whenever we would have conversations and stuff, and I felt like he was liking me more and more and more as a person, I was like, okay, I can tell he really likes me, so I think this is the right time to tell him. I was terrified to tell him.
Why?
Because I really liked him. I was so scared. Like I was like, what is he gonna do? Like I hope he reacts well. You know, I didn't want him to freak out. To be continued, but like, you know, I was just but yeah, so I was just like, okay, I want it to be the right time to tell him. And you know, I did bring it to his attention and we talked about it. I freaking stuttered a lot of the time I said, because I was so nervous. Like I was so scared to tell him. And yeah, I told him. He told me, he was like honestly, I find it more attractive that you're a mom, da 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 da. Did I fully believe him? No. But I told him, I made sure to mention him. I was like, listen, if I'm telling you this, but you do not have to stay with me. I made it very clear. I was like, you do not have to be with me. It is okay for you not to want to be with me. Like, I just wanted to bring this to our attention. Like, if you want to go explore, like, by all means, just let me know. Because I really like you. And, you know, clearly, like, we both really like each other. But if this is a deal breaker for you, just let me know. He's, like, reassuring me, like, no, like, actually, it's more attractive to me than your mom. Like, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, cool. And, you know, I'm letting him know, like, you can leave if you want to. And there's times where I brought that up to him when I could tell he was kind of switching the way he would treat me after I told him. And he would get defensive and be like, I can make my own decisions. I know what I want to, like, I can do that.
A huge debate on the internet is whether Jeremiah was the victim of Hurricane Huda or if you were the victim of Jeremiah's love bombing. Just if you had to give your immediate reaction, what is your answer?
I think that we both had faults in the relationship. Like, I don't think that anyone should fully take blame for anything, in all honesty.
Jealousy was a theme throughout you and Jeremiah's relationship. In the second episode, he was convinced that you got up to kiss someone during the blindfold challenge. And he was like, convinced. He kept asking you, and you were like, I swear to you, I didn't. He made you pinky promise, the whole thing. What red flags, if any, did that raise for you, or did that not freak you out?
You know, it's so weird. I think I'm such a person where it's like I love giving reassurance, and I love making sure people are okay. And in that moment, I was like, oh my god, like, are you okay? Like, are you good? Like, are you okay? Like, I don't want you to feel, you know, like I'm gonna do something to you. Like, are you, like, I promise I'm not gonna hurt you. Like, and I just wanted to make sure he was okay. Like, take care of him in that moment.
Do you see though that it's day 2 and you guys already having that level where it's like you're not closed off and you having to reassure him that you didn't kiss someone else? Like, that's fast.
Yeah. We moved fast.
Okay.
We did.
You spoke about how you like when guys are obsessed with you. How do you tell the difference between when that is healthy and then when that can lead to being problematic?
I think that, especially on the show, I think I've learned a lot more about how to differentiate the two. But I think there's a point of like obsession where it's like I've had moments in the past where like people are like, should I move to North Carolina? Should I stay here and not move to another city? Like, should I? And you know, past me might have been like, oh my god, he likes me a lot. Like, wow. And then another part would be like, that's really crazy. Like, that's insane. Like, don't do that. When I say like being obsessed with me, it's more so like, okay, I like a man who like wants to hug me and like physical affection and stuff like that. I like a man who's like, no, like I want to make sure I'm taking her to do this, and I want to make this little cute thing that's thoughtful for her, and I want to do this for her. I want her to be happy, and I want to show that I really like her.
Now looking back in those very early days, what red flags do you think you missed from Jeremiah?
Damn, I gotta reel it back. Shit, there's so much that has happened in that villa. It's like,
I know.
I mean, honestly, the whole thing with you told me the kissing thing.
Yeah.
Like, the people brought that to my attention. Like, that is a red flag. You know, just like from what I've seen is like when I'm having conversations with other people, like he's looking over too. Like, see things like that. You know, when, for example, before Pepe walked in, he was like, I'm not gonna be intimidated unless he's like a 6'3", like buff guy. Like, I'm not gonna be intimidated at all. Then Pepe walks in, and now it's like when he found out Pepe didn't really like me, that's why he befriended Pepe. And to make sure, like, that's what the guys would do. They would befriend each other so hard. I never had a shot. Like, it was not fair, like, at all. And now it's bro code. And I clocked all this shit. There's so much stuff that I clocked that proved me right when I saw like little edits and shit. I was like, oh my God, I wasn't crazy. Like, I wasn't losing my mind here. Girl, when the whole Iris thing happened, I think I was working out with Pepe and Hannah. And like at this time, I wasn't with Jeremiah. I wasn't with him. I remember he was in the kitchen. And I could just feel this man staring. Like, I could see him staring because Pepe was like helping me with my weights and stuff. And I could see this man staring from the kitchen. Like, I'm just like, I know he's looking at me right now. He does that.
Yeah.
He would do that.
Okay, whenever a new bombshell came into the villa and wanted to explore with Jeremiah, you had pretty intense reactions.
Yeah.
Even though you guys weren't technically closed off.
Yep.
Why were you getting so territorial?
I think because I was scared because of everyone doubting us in general. And it made me wonder, like, okay, what is he saying? And I'm like, should I be more possessive of this man? Like, should I mark my territory here? And, you know, I like, because he told me, like, you know, we're technically exploring other people, but like, you're the only person I want, like, da-da-da. And I'm like, okay, let me make it clear that, like, we only want each other, but like, we're still open to exploring other people.
That's interesting. Okay, so basically you're trying to say you were feeling like other people were questioning you guys, so you thought
so much throughout the villa.
So you wanted to lean in more to prove like, no, look, we're good and we like each other, and you're almost like putting up a bigger facade. Not that it's fake, but it's like, let's play it up a little bit so they really believe us because we do like each other.
Yeah. I mean, there was even times where, I don't know if any of this was shown, like, for example, like me and Amaya, we're besties now. But like back then, I thought, because I heard that the bombshells watch before they come in, I thought that she knew me and Jeremiah were so like lovey-dovey, and she did that on purpose to piss me off. So at that time, I had thought that she did that to piss me off. So I'm sitting here like, this bitch, like, fuck this girl. Like, she knew that me and him were like all lovey-dovey. Like, how are you gonna fuck with somebody who, like, you know, that is like super close with their person? Like, you're weird as fuck for that. And that's what I thought. And until after she told me, I was like, okay, but then I knew she still wanted to explore him. And then at the time I was just like, this is just weird. Like, to me, like, it's first bombshell.
Do you think though, Huda, that now looking back,
second bombshell, sorry. Second rack of bombshells.
But now looking back at that Amaya moment, like, let's use that as an example. You going and being pissed at Amaya, even if she had watched, that's her job as a bombshell.
And that's what I had to learn. You know what I mean? I had to learn that. Like, it's new. This is not the real world. Like, this is very different. You have to adjust to this shit. Do
you now see how people on the internet could be upset with you, being like, that is like fucked, that you're going at Amaya? It's not Amaya's fault.
No, did they show anything of me saying like,
oh, what?
No, anything of me saying like, okay, oh, I didn't know that you didn't know, blah blah blah.
I don't think we saw that.
Weird.
Okay. At one point,
I'm so sorry. Can I point on something on that last thing?
Yes.
So I was gonna say also at this time as well, that's when all the boys were like pushing Jeremiah, like, go explore, go explore, go explore. Like, do you know what I'm saying? And it made me just be like, damn, like, all these boys are encouraging this man to do this. And it's like, damn, you're encouraging him to like leave me, basically. Because none of the guys like liked me, really.
Okay, pause. Why?
Bitch, it beats me. Like, I don't fucking know. And there might be things that I haven't seen that I gotta go look at. But, you know, a lot of the time, like, I feel as though people didn't want me and Jeremiah to be together.
Why? If you had to give your best guess, why do you think people were so upset? And I get, as it got on and it got toxic, fine. People were like, this is fucking up the villa.
Stage,
but the very, very beginning, they did not want this. Why do you think, if you can come up with your best guess?
They have their own narrative on like what to do in Love Island. And like, yes, you're supposed to explore, but if someone wants to lock in, let them lock in. Like if someone wants to explore, let them explore. Like let them do whatever they want. It's their own narrative. It's their own life.
They were very fixated on it.
It was a big topic in the villa. Like everybody only talked about me and Jeremiah.
Especially Ace. He was fixated on you and Jeremiah.
So I've heard.
That is a fucking fact. Like this man, half the time, I think most of the time I was looking at tweets, people were like, can this man give Shelly half the energy in the beginning days that he's giving Huda and Jeremiah? Like, bro, get in your own relationship. Stop getting in theirs. Even if it's toxic, even if it's whatever, like let them do their thing before this seeped into affecting the whole villa I'm talking about. We're not there yet. But at one point, Ace literally questioned what happened to you in your past that made you move so quickly in your dating life. Looking back, do you think his concerns were valid or do you think he was crossing the line?
I think his concerns were valid. I think that, he has a right to ask me these things, which is fine. And like, honestly, I respect people who talk and ask me things. Like, I would rather someone have that conversation with me rather than assume. That's something that would happen a lot in the villa. No one would sit down and ask me, hey, why is it that you do these type of things? And I respect people that do that. In all honesty, I really do.
Can you confirm, was there ever any sexual tension between you and Ace?
Yeah, at one point I liked him. I definitely did. Like there was a point where I definitely found him attractive. I thought he was really cute. I did not kiss him for nothing. Like
yeah. Have you seen now the screenshots that people have posted confirming that Ace used to like a lot of your Instagram photos?
So I've seen.
Before you guys even got to the villa.
So I've seen. I've heard excuses. That is something where I can't say it's beyond me. That is his own words to be telling. It is beyond me, whether it's AI, whether he blames it on someone else, whether it's whatever, like it's beyond me. I've heard that he's unliked all of them. Like, I don't know. I've heard, these are a word of ear. I've only been here for so long. Like, I haven't been able to catch one. I'm trying, bitch.
Okay. Can you clarify for me, how early on were you and Jeremiah intimate?
Oh, damn. I don't even know. Like, honestly, I don't remember.
Okay.
Even when people were saying like, oh, we did shit, like it was like, you can't fully do shit in there. Like, yeah, we had sex, but it wasn't like full on boo-boo. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
What was that noise you just made?
Boo-boo. Like, there's not full, like boom chicka boom, the bow chicka bow bow. Like, it wasn't like full,
But you were like, you were intimate pretty early.
Yeah, we were.
How do you think that complicated things, if it did?
I think that you should definitely, from learning from my mistakes, like especially coming out of this, don't do that. That's all I will say. Like, don't do it. Like, that is a no-no. I think that a lot of times when guys end up getting what they want, it changes their character. And
you felt that way?
Mm-hmm. I did. I don't think I spoke on it, but there's things that I felt a lot in the villa that I never spoke on, but I clocked.
Why?
Because I didn't really have much people to talk to about it. That's why a lot of time, like with psych and stuff, like I would ask for her so I could talk about it.
What did you feel about post being intimate with him? What was the shift?
Like when I would ask him to do like nice things for me, because like a lot of the guys in the villa were doing really cute, thoughtful things for their girls and couples, and they weren't even on the level of like intimacy as we were or anything, and like they weren't saying the things that we were saying to each other. That's why the love bombing, like, hey, you got what you wanted. And yeah, it's just, I don't know, like there was that, and I would ask of things, and like people were always like, Huda, I saw people were saying like, oh, she's so needy, she's so this, she's so that. What does I say? I'm not your cup of tea, don't drink it. Like, the fuck?
But I think it's interesting to hear you especially with love bombing, which we'll eventually get to, but you're talking about the phase where you're being lifted up like you're this princess and you're the world and you're his girl and you're all these things, and then you basically get physical and you feel discarded, and it's kind of like, I got what I needed. And now I think it's important, I'm not saying everything that you went on to do was correct, but I do think it's good that we're kind of just like walking through slowly, because any woman listening, I hope you haven't experienced it, but I have, so I can sit across from you and say I've been there, where there is this horrible feeling when you realize, oh my God, did he love the chase? And then I gave in and I had sex with him, and now it's not as enticing to him. It's not as interesting. And so you being like, can you just do little cute things for me? You're really just trying to see, like,
I was like, damn, it's only physical. Like I was like, fuck. Yeah, you're making me breakfast in the morning, but like sometimes it's more than just breakfast in the morning. And then people are like, oh, you're not doing stuffing for him. I'm not giving wifey shit to men who don't fucking deserve it.
Can you explain Pancake Gate to me?
Bitch. Oh, can I explain this to you though before I do that?
Yes.
So there was times where like I would express to him what I wanted from him, and like I would be like, hey, can you do this for me? He's like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. And they would never do it. And it drove me crazy because it was like every single day I'd be like, hey, like, you know, and it's a lot for me to come up to someone and be like, hey, this is what I want, because I always get scared I'm gonna push them away. And I would say like, hey, you know, and it's one of our conversations we had early on is like, I have a hard time asking for things. And yes, I've done it a lot in the show, but it's like, it's because I'm getting out of my fucking comfort zone. I'm trying to ask for things, and I'm trying to be communicative and like speak about it, what I'm feeling. Because the whole point, how are you feeling? Like all the time. And so I brought things up to him, and he would say he was going to do, oh yeah, I have this and I have this and I have this plan. I'm going to do this and this for you. I'm like, okay, yay. I'm sitting there waiting like for the day. Nothing. I'm like, that would drive any girl crazy.
Without a doubt. My question though back to you is, do you think that you reciprocate the same standards that you hold your partners to?
When I'm with somebody like, and they're showing me days on end that they truly give a fuck about me, getting to know me, about showing me that they like me more than just words but through actions, then I'm the type of person like, girl, with my ex, he switched his career every 2 seconds. Every single time he'd be like, oh, I want to decorate shoes. I said, okay, cool. Bought him everything for it. Oh, I want to go run track. I was at the field with him. Oh, I want to do this. I would do XYZ with him. All like, I'm such a supportive partner. I love uplifting and motivating whoever I'm with. That is my big thing. I think that you can do anything you want and you set your mind to. And I feel like every man needs that. They need a woman who's their cheerleader. And that's who I am in a relationship. Like, that's what I do. I love taking care of somebody. I'm a mom. Like, I love taking care of somebody, making someone feel okay. I like when I have, like, if I'm actually like with somebody, I love cooking for them. I love cleaning, doing their laundry, massages. I love doing all of those things for my partner. And in past relationships, I'm 100% that girl, and I do that.
What do you think was the actual first crack in you and Jeremiah's relationship?
Oh my God, I'd have to like deep dive. Can you remind me of like key points that would happen?
I mean, I definitely think after you guys were intimate, I felt you understandably being needier, like wanting more validation external from physical. And it almost felt like that like pursuer regressor situation where you were going to him being like, can you do this? Can you do this?
He would run away.
And he would run away. And then it was almost.
And I felt that in person. And it just makes you want to run more to them. Like, you want to be like, hey, like, can I do this? Can I do that? Like, am I like, are you mad at me? Or like, and I'm always that person like, are you mad at me? Did I do something wrong? You know, one of the big talks me and him had before we even started anything was, we're going to communicate. We have to communicate. We're going to tell each other everything. And he told me I could tell him everything. So I did. Anytime I was feeling something, I would tell him. And, you know, everyone has expectations for their partner, like what they want. And I think at the time, like, I was thinking about like what could be, and I wasn't thinking about like the reality of it and like seeing it for how it was. And at that point, it was like too late for me to even explore others, because everyone had their mind made up about me. They're like, oh yeah, she's so locked in and she's this and she's that. And it's like, great. So like now I really don't have an option if I wanted to. So I'm forced to make this work.
At one point in the season, Jeremiah told Iris, even though that you guys were going through this rough patch, he was still focused on you. You were his girl. He was validating your relationship, but you were upset that he had confided in Iris. Why was that something that made you uncomfortable?
I don't like when people talk about like our business. Personally, maybe I've done it in the past. I'm hypocritical, but like I don't like it. I mean, I've learned from my mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Like, am I gonna do that? No. Like, do you know? Everyone fucks up. But yeah, no, I just didn't want him to tell that to someone I don't know.
So I get that, you being upset. And I think what people got frustrated with you during the season, Huda, was like, a lot of times your feelings were valid. That's so valid for you to be like, why are you telling another woman about our issues that like she likes you and you guys have kissed and like what? This is messy. Please don't talk about our shit. And I'm sorry,
but when he's walking in, she's like, and stuff like freaking the fuck out about it. I'm like, you're giving me the ick, brother. Like, get the fuck out of my face.
But see, okay, Huda, what I'm saying is your feeling is valid.
Yeah.
But your reaction a lot of the time, you took it too far to the point then where you were basically losing your credibility.
Remember when I told you that there's a lot of things that play into how you react emotionally in there?
Yes.
Is that right? No, it's not right. And it's my first time in an environment like that. Never in my life have I been in an environment like that. Usually I can just have that conversation when I want to, or feel the feelings like privately, or do, you know what I'm saying? And in terms of like crash outs, for example, bitch, we all fucking crash out. Like everybody crashes the fuck out. And in all honesty, if someone says, oh, you're doing too much, I know damn well your ass fucking crashed out in your room alone in 2018 over fucking Jacoby. Like, what the fuck? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Mine was just fucking caught on national television. Do I think I could have handled that a lot better? Yeah. And that's what taking accountability and learning from your mistakes is.
Can you talk to me about this communication breakdown? It seems like you and Jeremiah got to this point where you guys were always arguing. You could not get it right. Like we hit this one point in the season where it was like, holy fucking shit, they actually can't have one civilized conversation. When you would talk about things, why do you think the communication was breaking down so heavily?
So I think that at a point I was scared that things weren't going to work. And I like at one point I knew that I had no other options in there, first of all. And that, I mean, it's partially my fault. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like I didn't prevent that from happening. And, you know, and that's the thing, I made mistakes in there, and I've had to learn throughout the season that, hey, you shouldn't do that. But there was little things that built up where it was like, okay, you know, I'm asking you like, hey, do you want to play ping pong with me? Like, I really want to play ping pong, and you don't want to play with me, but you pull Iris and play with her. You've never pulled me the entire season to play ping pong. It's like little things that like mean something to me. And people say, oh, you're so nitpicky, you're so this, you're so that. Okay, there's things that I like in a relationship. There's things I want in a relationship. The right man is going to do all of those things.
When the shocking recoupling happening where America split you and Jeremiah up, going into that night, like what were your feelings about your relationship? And then how did you feel when you found out that you guys got split up?
At that point, I think I felt fine in the relationship. I can't remember vividly exactly what happened. I would have to watch it back. Like I really don't. I just remember that I felt fine. Because I was like, oh, you know, couples argue, like we can work on things, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, I'm willing to work through this and yada, yada, yada. And then when it happened, I was like, what? I was so confused. I was like, America fucking hates me. I was having a full-blown panic attack. Full-blown panic attack off camera, like full-blown. They're sitting there with me like, okay, like calm down, like you're gonna be okay. I'm like, I failed as a mother. I fucked up. Like I'm like, America fucking hates me. Like my daughter's gonna come back and her mom's gonna be the worst, the most hated person in the world. And I was like, now she has to live with that. Like I'm gonna cry again because it's like I'm reliving it. But sorry, anytime I talk about my daughter, I cry. But you know, so I was like, I failed. At that point, I was like, I failed. And it was a terrible feeling. I'm so thankful. That's why I say luck is a big thing. I'm just so thankful that I had an opportunity to redeem myself. Not once, but twice. First time, did I do that to the full extent? No. Because I was convinced maybe I can make things work still. And I knew that, for example, Pepe didn't want to explore me because, you know, me and Jeremiah were so locked in. And with Jalen wasn't my type. And he's a sweet guy, but like he wasn't my type. And they always say, you know, explore people that aren't your type. And there I knew what my type was, and that's what I wanted. But yeah, I was convinced that I could maybe make things work and fix things. I came to the point it wasn't. Then I got saved again.
But even that moment, Huda, again, all we see is you're on the chopping block. You almost go home. He recouples with Iris, and you go up to the makeup room, and you are hysterical. You're sobbing. You're so emotional.
So you want to know why? I don't know if they didn't show this part, but this was a big part. And this is the literal reason why I was sobbing so much up there. I am there for Jeremiah 24/7. Always checking on him. When he's arguing with the boys and he's sad and whatever, I'm there for him. Like, hey, like, it's okay. You're going to be okay. When in that moment, I'm hysterically crying. Taylor is sitting there comforting me the whole time. When we're off camera, he's comforting me. Taylor's scared as fuck, but he's comforting me. Okay. Same goes when Taylor was in there and I'm purposely saying out loud, hey, Taylor, do you want to help me with my coffee? Like trying to see, hey, is Jeremiah going to see that Jeremiah's standing right there? I'm trying to see if he's going to step up and be like, no, like, you're not making my girl coffee. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted that from him to show him, like, show me, hey, I want to do these things for you. Ask me, hey, would you like a coffee? Like, you know, something like that. And in that moment after the chopping block, I was hysterically crying because of how much I felt like I failed. I'm crying. Charlie goes home. Jeremiah does not check on me once.
We saw that.
You did? Like he didn't check on me at all. I'm always checking on this man. He never checked on me. The one time I really needed him, he was not there for me.
That was a rough watch because you were saying like my husband would never. Like what kind of man is that? Like where is he?
And he's more focused on himself at that time. And there's so many times where like I was still there for him regardless of what was going on. Like I was always there. And I always made sure it was okay. Look at the milk challenge. I sat there for a minute. They only showed a quick clip, but I sat there for a minute like, I'm so sorry. I grabbed his face, I was like, I'm so sorry. Like I rubbed his face like that. We were sitting on the bleachers and we were both getting milked on. He's looking at me while I'm crying, like checking on me. And like he rubs my leg and is making sure I'm okay. And I rub his arm. Like we were still checking on each other all these times. Like, and in that moment after the chopping block, and I realized he was never there for me, it made me hysterical because I was like, this man doesn't care.
Once this all went down, you guys are no longer in a couple. We saw things really shift. And I think this is really when people deemed this as like the crash out era, where you're no longer in a couple, things are shifting, you're kind of starting to spiral because you're losing him. Were you aware of how unhealthy things were getting between the two of you in the villa?
Yeah.
Like you felt it?
I did.
Did it feel like it had gotten bigger than you? Like, or were you just trying to save the like, what were you trying to do in that moment, you think?
Can you reiterate the moment?
Like, you...
I'm so sorry.
I know, I got it. Let me just read it to you right here. I have a perfect example. The internet was extremely upset when you called Jeremiah a pussy ass bitch.
Right.
And then there's also the other side of the internet who are like, damn, if that's what you guys considered bad, you would fucking hate to see me on Love Island. Regardless of how the internet feels about it, there was a lot of name calling and all the things. Like, what pushed you over to the edge to start kind of like using a little bit more profanity?
So at that point, I just felt like he kept winning. It really upset me because like, it just felt like the stars were just aligning for him and everything was fucked for me that whole time. I was on top of him about twice. This man doesn't check on me. Then he's on a date and I'm crying by myself. Like, then he comes back happy as can fucking be, enjoying his day. Still doesn't give a fuck. Like, it's just like, damn, all that shit you said to me, where is that? And I'm just sitting there, I'm just like, damn, I'm stupid as fuck for sticking around. Like, and just giving this man my all. Like, I'm dumb for that. Because even in that moment, even after everything he did, I was still checking on this man. Like, and I shouldn't have done that. I should have never done that. And, you know, like people are saying, oh, like it's so bad that you called him a pussy ass bitch. Be so for real. You know how many people called a man a pussy ass bitch?
Me.
Right.
My ex-boyfriend, if you're watching.
My
bitch. He is a fucking pussy ass bitch.
No, but like mine was recorded. Like, I should be like, when you're texting with your friends and your man just fucking did shit like that to you or something, you can text your friends and be like, fuck that man.
You fucking piece of shit, loser ass little bitch boy.
Yeah.
I will fucking ruin your life.
Hold on. Pause.
Let's calm down.
I'm weak as fuck. But
I'm getting triggered.
She's like, hold on.
And also.
And now That's so Raven. Like they're like
we literally go back like the trauma.
Like that one moment.
No, but it's real. It's like, why are you being held to this standard? Again, I'm not condoning it, but I'm also
it's not the best way to do things. No. Like,
but it's
really
also
not.
It's like, is it a crash out? And I think, again, this is a big conversation. If this was a man versus a woman, it's like when you see a crash out, we have seen men on reality TV punch a fucking hole through a wall. We have seen them flip furniture. We have seen them throw things at people. We have seen people literally talk about, I will fucking kill you, blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying it wasn't a lot when you did it in the moment. I think because you were the only one at that level, it also kind of exacerbated you, and there was a spotlight and you're walking through and you're walking from the fire pit to the back and you're fucking... That I will give you. It was, I would have done that. You were like listening in on the conversation.
Girl, I did that a lot in this season. Cause I'm sitting here and I'm just like, I might as well do it by myself because I don't know who the fuck's gonna tell on me in here. So I'm sitting here, I'm just like, cause mind you, I'm hard of hearing. So I'm like trying to listen in and see if I can hear it. I'm like, I hope I'm getting this right.
Call Her Daddy is brought to you by Neutrogena. Summer is here and the sun is shining. You need powerful sun protection that feels light on your skin. Meet Neutrogena Ultra Sheer Sunscreen. This SPF 70 lotion absorbs fast with a smooth, dry touch finish, so you'll forget you're even wearing it. It blocks 97% of burning UV rays and is water resistant for up to 80 minutes. Lightweight, effective, and perfect for sunny days. It's just what your summer needs. Neutrogena Ultra Sheer Sunscreen. You can't feel. Shop now at Target. There's obviously a lot of focus on you and but obviously there were two people in this dynamic. Do you think Jeremiah has taken any accountability for what he caused within this relationship?
Not that I've seen. I haven't seen really much. Every time someone says something, I feel like he's always just like, anytime, I saw that interview with Kai Cenat and Kai was saying that I was crazy or something. And then Jeremiah's doing do I think anyone should be getting hate? No. I'm going to say it like it is and say exactly what happened and be honest. What another individual does is beyond me. But I'm not going to sit here and laugh and be like, if someone's hating on him, I'm going to be like, ha. I'm not doing that.
Do you think you're being held to the same standard as Jeremiah in the accountability around the toxicity of this relationship?
What I will say is he got out of the villa before I did. He had a chance to write his own name before I did. He got a pretty face. He's sitting here and he's just like, I'm so charming. And I'm like, uh-huh. And it's just like, okay, cool. You are painting your own narrative. That's fine. You're saying whatever you want to say. That's fine. But I'm going to say how it really fucking is. And I'm going to say exactly what the fuck happened and exactly what I was feeling. Because until today, no one truly knows what the fuck I was feeling. And no one knows what was going on. Not everything was shown.
Let's close the chapter on Jeremiah. Give me your synopsis. What the fuck happened? What do you think it was now that you look back?
I think that personally, from what I was feeling, now I won't know, but from what I was feeling, I felt like everything was great, got intimate, things started changing a little bit, told him I was a mom, things started changing a lot of bit, a lot of things kind of people were getting in his ear, things were changing even more. A lot of those things happened. I was getting more needy because I was scared that he was feeling indifferent. He has every right to feel indifferent. Even if he felt indifferent about me being a mom, that's fine. But talk to me about it. And you're telling me every second that we're fine, you're good, you're fine, we're good, we're good. And then your actions are showing otherwise. It's like, okay, I'm going to be upset about that. I'm not going to be like, that's fine. Especially if we're supposed to be working on our relationship.
Do you think you were love bombed?
Yeah. Plain simple. I think I was. In all complete honesty. I know that he feels indifferent. I don't think he fully understands the capacity of love bombing. He thinks that love bombing is just gifts and shit. I'm pretty sure. I think that's what I heard. I'm just like, that's not it. That's not all of it. Looking at me all the time and being like, I'm just kidding. And mind you, at the beginning of the season, take it from me. Around all my friends, I'm around my daughter 24/7. I'm always saying, okay, love you, bye. Love you, bye. Because I say I love you to everybody. Life's too short. Life is too short to not say I love you. And I forgot, I hadn't been dating like that at all. It had been since October or something. I literally was not in the dating world at all. I'm so used to saying, okay, I love you, bye, love you, bye. Even when any of like the people and staff and whatever were like doing things with me beforehand, like in the hotel and whatever, like people, I would always say, okay, love you, bye, love you, bye. That's the type of person I am, a very lovey-dovey person. And I had to catch myself a few times because I kept saying, okay, love you, bye, like to Jeremiah.
I remember that moment. There was like one moment where we saw you say like, love you, bye. And you're like, oh, wait, no.
Yeah, I think I did it a couple times. Like I was, and I had to train myself like, ooh, don't do that. Cause I didn't mean to. It was not intentional. But he would look at me and be like, just kidding, I like you. Like he would do that to me a lot. I don't know if any of that was shown, but he would do it so much, especially in bed. Like he would do that
Yeah, we never saw that in bed.
All the time. All the time. How could you not fall for somebody? How could you not feel like, do you know what I'm saying? And it's like when he's saying love bombing his gifts and whatever, from what I was hearing on social media, I don't know if he said more, but that's what I heard. And yeah, it's just like, and I seen him doing those things, just like, okay, love bombing is not just gifts and shit. It's a lot more to it than that. Being super physical with me all the time, lovey-dovey really fast, right away kissing a girl on the cheek, like those things, like it's just like, okay.
How did you feel when he got kicked off the island?
I cried. I hate seeing people upset. I hate it. I'm a big empath. Like my friend's crying over something, I'm usually crying with her, like a lot of times, especially if I relate. And you know, like I have serious concern for a lot of people's feelings. And when he got dumped from the island, I was like, damn, like that's not what I wanted. It's not like I'm sitting here, I'm like, fuck yeah, I got dumped off the island. Like I'm sitting here, I'm like, damn. Even though he was doing exactly what he was doing to me, to Andreina, like he did the exact, like literally verbatim, like the exact same fucking thing, like every single thing, down to the chill days, the whole little from across the room, Me and Taylor clocking this shit from across. We're just looking at each other like,
is this really fucking happening again?
Exactly to the. It's like he reads a textbook.
Was that hard for you to watch?
Yes. Oh my God. I had to sit there and I'm just looking at them doing it from afar and I'm like, and that's when I started getting the ick. I was like, what is wrong with you? I'm like you're sitting here and you're just like from across the room with the same exact things he would do with me. And it's just like, okay, now I get it. He is a love bomber, but I made sure not to speak to them about each other. I never did. I wanted them to have their own ideas of each other and create their own.
Okay, so I think we can close the Jeremiah chapter.
Yeah, that man does not deserve to have his name in my mouth.
We're done.
Amen.
Let's talk about Casa Amor, bitch.
Casa Amor.
Tonight.
Oh my God, he was saying my name, Huda. He was saying it all the time. Huda and Chris. I'm like, okay.
You're like, say it again.
That's my name.
Okay, going into Casa, did it feel like a fresh start? Like, what were you looking forward to?
I was hype as fuck. The whole time I was sitting in the freaking villa, I was like, damn, when is my man gonna come in here? Like, when is this gonna fucking happen? I'm sitting here having me time 24/7. Like, I know TJ don't want my ass. Like, bitch, I knew exactly who he wanted. Like, I'm doing my best here. I'm like trying my best. Thank you for the practice.
You took it like a champ.
Yeah, I was like, options are coming. I'm fine. Like, it's not the end of the world. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not your cup of tea. That's fine. Like, it's okay.
So were you nervous at all? Because I know the Casa boys maybe got to see like a couple clips or whatever the amount was that they got to watch of the actual season. Mm-hmm. Were you nervous of how they were going to perceive you because of your situation with Jeremiah?
Hell yeah. I was sitting here. I was just like, okay, great. So they're all going to think I'm crazy. Fabulous. I'm walking in here, I'm just like, and I'm even like, I'm thinking in my brain, I'm like, okay, I'm going to sit here going into this happy as fuck. And I know that these guys watch everything. Is this going to fuck up like, I'm like, damn it. The beginning, the guys are being buddy, can't explore. I fucked up my thing in the beginning by being too close up. Can't explore. This dude doesn't want me. Can't explore him. Going into Casa Amor. Thinks I'm a crash out. Great. Girl,
you could only go up from there.
Yeah.
That's a positive way to look
at it.
And
I think I surprised a lot of the Casa boys. Like, I really did. The number one thing they all kept telling me was like, Huda, you're cool as fuck. They're like, you're actually really fucking cool. I'm like, what are they doing? Like, what? Like why do y'all all think I'm like terrible.
Going into Casa, I mean, people talked about how they really respected you because you tried to literally explore with everyone. And I think a lot of people respected that.
Thank God.
You connect with Chris, but so did Shelly.
Mm-hmm.
What was your understanding of how she felt about him?
So from the beginning, when I first saw him and we were sitting next to each other at the fireplace, at the fire pit, I was always making side jokes. I don't know if any of these are showing on camera, but like I was always making little side jokes. He would laugh at everything I said. And humor is so big to me in relationships. Like, as I'm goofy as fuck and I need a goofy person. I was a fucking theater kid. Like, I'm very goofy, very weird. Like, we love that. So I'm sitting there making like little jokes, and I have a lot of sarcasm. Like, I do a lot of sarcasm. I roast the fuck out of people. I have a guy best friend and a girl best friend, like, and we're all the same way. It's like, it's just my sense of humor. Some people, they're very sensitive and they can't take that type of humor, and that's okay. Like, it's not the end of the world. I just won't make those jokes with you. That's fine. But like, you know, I'm sitting here and I'm just having these jokes and doing sarcastic comments, and he is eating the shit up, and I'm like, hell yeah, you think I'm funny? Like, fuck yeah. Because in the villa, no one gave a shit about nothing I would say. I say something, it's I'm just like, okay, great. And I'm in this Casa Amor. Oh, we love her. She's great. I'm like, yes, like, you guys like me. I was like, thank God. I was so isolated. I was like, you think I'm funny? Like,
okay, so you though knew that Shelly kind of was interested.
So I knew she was interested in him.
Okay.
Obviously she picked him for the kiss. When I didn't pick him for the kiss, it literally wasn't I'm not interested in you. I literally said, and Bicha, I don't know if it was shown, but I said in Bicha how I don't know who I want, which is true, because I want to get to know you. Learning from my mistakes. I want to get to know them. That's what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, of course I don't know who I want. JD picked me. I didn't pick JD. That was not my decision at all.
So can you clarify, did you bring Chris back to the villa for you, for Shelly, or for both of you?
For both of us. I've literally said this so many times.
Explain it again, because people still don't get it.
I've said it so many times. I literally said, I'm sitting there in the dressing room with her. I have this great idea. Chris likes me. I like Chris. Chris likes you. You like Chris. I haven't found a match in here. I haven't even explored him because I'm thinking he don't want nobody else because you're making it seem that way. But I took a chance last minute. So crazy how cards play out. So crazy. Take a fucking chance. And I go and I bring him for a chat. We have a conversation. Goes well. He likes me. I like him. Cool. Great. We're interested in getting to know each other. I can get to know somebody. Cool. First time in a minute. Great. So I was like, okay, I have this great idea. Let's do this. I'll bring Chris back. You with Ace. That way you can still explore Chris and I can explore Chris as well. And you can still explore Ace. Like, it's a happy, I'm sitting here being like, we're going to be great. Like, this is great. Like, we're happy as fuck.
That all made sense to me. So then, like,
and I don't want to be territorial anymore. That's the other thing. Like, I'm trying to completely change. Like, I'm trying to be a better person, not just like as myself, but in relationships. I'm trying to be better.
So what the fuck do you think got lost in translation between you and Shelly?
Beats me. Like, I'm sitting here, and this is the thing, like, I felt like everyone kept talking about me, and no one was talking to me. No one was asking me, so what is it, XYZ 1 2 3? Like, what did you say specifically? What this and this and this? And I think there's like little relationships in there that are a lot stronger than me and other ones. And no one gave a fuck about my opinion. I would try to talk about things in a lot of scenarios where there's a lot of situations where I would be like, hey, can I talk to this about you? Or do you think this? And people would dismiss me multiple times in the villa. I felt like I had no one. Like, I wanted to talk about things with people and no one would give a fuck. And I think that a lot of people were just talking to Shelly, and there was things that were said that weren't said. And it's just like, you're dragging shit and you're making things seem otherwise. And that fucks me up. Now everyone is ganging up on my ass, and all you could have done is had a conversation with me.
Okay. There were so many conversations about like who's being a girl's girl. Can you, from your perspective, explain to me, how do you balance friendship while competitively trying to pursue love?
I think that in the villa, people would always tell me, even when I was with Jeremiah, they're like, everyone's here to explore. Everyone's going to explore. You're not closed off. Everyone's going to explore. Things are, you know, you can't take it too seriously, blah, blah, blah. No one owns anybody. So I'm taking all of these things that people are telling me to try to learn this process and kind of like do it better. And I'm carrying that with me. And in that being said, I'm getting shitted on for it. And everyone had their opinions on us too. This is fake. They don't really like each other. Because in Casa in general, like I really kept a lot of things to myself just from me being so expressive about Jeremiah in the beginning and how that played out for me. It's like, I don't want to tell everybody everything. Like, I don't.
Okay, I have to ask, this is a little bit of a pivot, but the moment with Amaya in the Standing on Business Challenge, why did you not speak up for her?
I wanted to speak up in that moment. I think I was trying to, and then everyone kept talking over me. And it was a thing where, like, if I yelled, they'd be like, Huda, be quiet. Da-da-da. And I'm just like.
Yeah, well, that was fucking rough. Okay, you better be fucking honest with me right now.
Come on.
What really happened between you and Ace in this goddamn heart rate challenge?
Oh, why is everyone thinking I went too far?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So you know when I was doing it was like the dominant versus submissive challenge?
Yes.
Where like I kind of just go like to everybody? Not to everybody, to Jeremiah. I did the same thing to all the guys.
Wait, okay, slow down.
From dick up. Like I went like.
Okay, wait. There's a clip of your gorgeous bodacious ass turning from you forward facing to him to you doing a little spin around, ass near face, and then it cuts, and then we see you guys like getting up. And the theory online is that you put your ass in his face. Is that true? Why are you looking at me like that?
Because it's so funny. I'm just like, that is not what happened.
Like, did you ride his face a little bit with that ass? Were those ass cheeks a little round his?
No, I think that's too far. Like, that's a no-go. My butt, I think, was like on his stomach area, like this area right here.
Okay.
And I was twerking. And it was like 2 seconds too. I went da-da-da, and I got up. I'm so dead ass.
So there were no cheeks suffocating?
No.
Facial?
The only thing that ever happened was when I accidentally fell on Taylor in that fucking woodchuck wood challenge shit. Like, that is the only time.
Taylor's like, I fucking love my life right now.
I flew back. I was like, fuck. I literally said, I'm so sorry. I get up. I'm looking at Jeremiah. I'm like, fuck. Like, I fucked up. I did not mean to do that. No, I did not put my ass on whatever the fuck Ace's face. That did not happen.
Okay, more importantly, where the fuck did you learn how to shake your ass like that?
Girl, I learned. Even when I had like no booty, I learned. My friends taught me. Girl, I would be there in the mirror just practicing. I would take little videos of myself trying. I remember when I started to get a little booty from working out. I remember I would literally be like, oh my God, it's moving.
Oh my God, it's jiggling.
Like it's moving. Like
progress. Girl, that is a fucking skill.
Thank you.
Okay, we got to talk about Chris. Now let's get like a little bit more into the weeds here because motherfucking shit, this shit went south. Viewers were excited for you to have a connection in the villa.
Yes.
And you guys get back and we do quickly kind of see issues start to arise. A big issue in you and Chris's relationship was that he felt like you were touchy privately, but not publicly. Why? And I know you said it was because of Jeremiah, but like, can you really describe why you did not want to do PDA with him?
Okay, so like in my brain, it's like, okay, undercovers, private. In a separate room, private. I don't like, and mind you, I was doing it with Jeremiah, but like until I see it in my face, like for example, like and Iris and Pepe would do it all the time to piss me off, like just to be funny. They'd be like, Huda, look away. And then they'd be kissing, and then I'd look over and I'm like, oh my God, like I don't want to see that shit. I don't want to do that. Also, the entire time with Jeremiah, everyone has their opinions on our relationship because we're so touchy in front of everybody. It's like, maybe I don't want people to have their opinions and talk about us and whatever. Like, I just want to keep that to us. Is that a crime?
I mean, I got it. I think I couldn't get why he kept fucking lingering and like really couldn't get over it.
There's reasons why I wouldn't either, too.
Why?
there were so many things that he was doing that were not shown at all. And I think that like all of those things played into me not wanting to kiss him sometimes.
Like, can you just give an example of like what you were experiencing that was playing into you not wanting to kiss him?
Yeah, no. So he had a wandering eye. He was definitely looking at other girls, even if it was off camera, would say things about other girls. And it's like, why are you talking about a girl like that in front of me? And he would have little cute nicknames for girls. And he would say, shut up. He would a lot too.
That was told once you to shut up so many times where I was like, this isn't like joking anymore.
Not talk to me that way.
Yeah, he always was saying that to you.
Yeah, and a lot of times, like, and I think that people were saying that I was being rude in certain ways. There's sometimes in my joking way of talking sometimes, like when I'm just like, bro, be so for real. Like, and I talk like that, and it sounds like I'm being really mean, but when you know my humor, like that's how I talk. I can't remember. There's like one specific moment I had seen a clip of me talking. I was like, damn, I can see how that sounds mean. It was in a joking manner, but I can see how that sounds mean. And that's happened a lot too. I mean, people don't understand my humor, but there was a lot of things that played into me not wanting to kiss him because I'm like, you're not doing the things I'm asking you to do. So why would I kiss you in front of other people?
Right.
Girl, he would never talk to me during the day, but he would talk to every single girl. I would walk in the mornings and I would get all cute. And like, I remember there was one specific moment I was in a green bikini and like some white shorts and I felt so cute that day. And I walked down the stairs. He is not looking at me even, but he's having a full conversation with Shelly. Like, doesn't even... just his full, and this would happen with multiple girls in the villa. Like he would do this, and it's just like, damn, say good morning. And everyone's like, why didn't you say good morning? Because it's like this has been happening for a while since I noticed he started having a wandering eye, and that's when I was like, okay, I'm not about to start trying to get his attention. I'm not about to do what I did before and like be needy. I'm not doing that. Like,
it seemed like Chris. It was like randomly just kind of like told everyone that you guys had sex without talking to you.
Girl, he didn't fully do anything. That's the other part.
Oh, really?
Girl, it was like halfway. It wasn't even all the like we did not like that's the other thing.
You're like, it was like this.
Like it wasn't even the full shebang. Like I'm just like, you're over here like, yeah, we had sex and we did this and I fucked this girl. She's so fine. Blah, blah, blah. Shut up. Like you barely put that shit in. Don't even. And it's not because I couldn't take it. That's for fucking sure. Like, bitch, shut up. I feel like that shit irritated the fuck out of me.
But did you two even have a conversation that you were like chill with him even saying that shit? Or was he just going around and saying that shit?
Girl, he knows how I feel about me, about people sharing business of mine.
I think we all do.
Amen, sister. Like,
I learned that today. You're like, shut up.
No,
between us.
You want to know what's funny? In bed, I literally said, keep this between us. You think I'm going to tell anybody? You think I'm going to tell anybody? I'm like, okay. Like, okay, I know he's not going to tell anybody. Then he goes and does it. You told me you weren't going to do, and I don't think that was shown on camera. But in bed, a lot of the conversations in bed were never shown. But that's when everybody starts getting lovey-dovey and talking a lot. So just an FYI. But yeah, in bed, he told me he wouldn't.
Oh my God.
I'm just like, be for real, brother.
Go back and play basketball.
Please, okay. If you were good.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
I'm just kidding.
No, it's fine. You're so good.
I actually don't know. I haven't watched anything.
Can you explain to me this pillow fight situation?
So I had a nose job.
Yep. Looks great, by the way.
Thanks, Queen. I had a nose job like a few months ago. He threw this pillow. Mind you, it might have not been on purpose. I don't think it was on purpose. But even I kept saying, I was like, bro, you picked the hardest pillow and threw it at my face. You saw the way you threw that shit?
Girl.
You're 6'8". Girl. Your hands are the size of my face. And you chuck a pillow at my face?
Girl, it like...
Do you process things in your brain? I'm just like...
You got whacked. You got whacked.
Girl, and I'm sitting here and they're like, she's so dramatic. It's like she got shot. Get the fuck out of my face. That shit hurts so bad. I couldn't even touch my nose like lightly like this without it being in so much pain.
Did he apologize?
He goes, sorry. Cuddles his pillow.
let's quickly talk about the peaks and the pits. It was so fucking sad. You're all sitting at this goddamn dinner. Everyone's like, let's talk about our peaks. You get to Chris, the motherfucker is like, my 2 peaks are playing basketball with the boys and seeing my fucking family. And you're sitting directly across from him and he doesn't mention you at all.
When I tell you I clock everything, and these are all things I put in the back of my mind, you're like, you won't kiss me in public. Bitch, be so for real.
How did that make you feel when he wouldn't even mention you?
I sat there and I'm just like, I think there was so many things that were showing me that this man did not like me in that way, or like was losing feelings in some way. And it's like, okay, it felt like the more I would talk about what I needed, the more he would pull back and like act like he was so nonchalant and fuck. And it's like, okay, great. That's fine. But I'm not going to yell at you about it. I'm going to sit here and I'm just going to put it in the back of my mind and carry on.
Okay, wait, the snuggling moment though.
Which one?
You wake this man up in the dead of sleep. And
oh, girl, he was not asleep. This man was not asleep. He purposely rolled over and was just standing there like this, stiff as a board. Like standing there like this. And I'm like, hey. He's not listening. So I'm like, to his lip, I'm like, brother, I know you're awake. And he's just like acting like he's asleep. He just rolled over. Like he's sitting there acting like he's dead asleep. And I'm like, dude, why the fuck are you ignoring me, bro? Like,
and you're like, if you don't cuddle me, I'm going to be mad at you tomorrow.
Because I was so over it because I brought it up so many times. And you just smacked me in the fucking face. I got fucking tape on my nose looking like the fucking Notre Dame or whatever the fuck, like over here. And you, brother, you're sitting here and you're just like, oh.
You're like, I'm going to count to 3.
Yeah, because I'm trying everything. I tried everything. I got down to, okay, you want me to treat you like a child? Yeah, I'm going to sit here. Bitch, was that the correct thing to do? No, I should have just left it and just left it alone. But you keep telling me that you're going to fix this and fix that and do this and do that. And it's like, you're not doing it. And it's getting to that point where I'm like, brother, this is so irritating to me because it's every single night. You know when like they say like the guys will give you 100% and then they'll take away 20, give you another 10, take away 20, kind of like it to me. That's how it was feeling. And I'm trying my best to be on my best behavior, and I'm just like, I'm trying to be a better person. Like I am trying. Like, and if you say I'm not, bitch, look at the first step. Like I'm trying. So like, was it correct for me to count down? But girl, I went down to my last option.
Chris's alleged ex posted on TikTok that he has a track record of being cold and passive aggressive. Can you confirm from your experience with him?
Yes.
Take me to the motherfucking.
So easy. I'm sorry.
You're like, yes. And like, what else? Oh, yes.
Yes.
The water moment. This has gone viral, obviously. You and Chris are having this final dinner and you're sitting there together and you're breaking up and...
Oh my God, it's so funny.
Oh my God, Huda.
When I watched that, I died laughing because I know exactly what happened in that moment.
Okay, what?
So it's just so funny. He because it made him look like he was doing his big one. What I had done when he walked up to me, like after like he had walked away initially, I told him and I was just like, hey, like, are you gonna carry me or like should I walk? Because mind you, there's like rocks in the water and it's like murky and there's like maybe dirty things in there, like I don't know, glass. I have no idea. I don't want to walk on that barefoot. And so I'm like telling him, I'm like, okay, like do you want to like carry me or am I gonna walk? And he's just like, I'm not gonna carry you. And I said, okay, then I'll walk my fucking self. Why are you here? And then he walked away.
And in the moment, so you guys had broken up, and I was curious because I feel like every girl I hope can see through that. He was kind of being like, I don't care, what do you want to do? And I personally felt like it was such a cop-out where it was like he wanted you to be the one to end it.
He wanted to play victim.
You can take the blame and he's the victim.
I know.
And did you feel it in that moment?
Yes.
Yeah, that was tough to watch.
I'm sitting here and I'm trying not to argue. Like I'm trying my best. Like just have a civil conversation. I was told so many times it's the most mature conversation I've ever had. Like I'm sitting here and I'm just like, okay, great. You're putting all of this into my hands and you're like, no, I want things to work with you. Like I want it to work out and you're doing everything you possibly can do to make me think otherwise. And you're putting it all on me. So pick your decision. So what are you going to do? And I'm just like, okay.
Well,
I'm just like, is this what I want? No. And I'm not settling.
Where do you guys stand today?
Cordial.
Before this comes out,
I don't give a fuck.
You'll be fine. You'll say this to his face.
I've told him all. He knows every single thing I've said right now. He's heard already.
Yeah, he's posting a little on social media acting like you guys are really fine.
I wonder why.
Me too.
You know, a lot of people are. Or trying to. Mm-hmm. Trust me, I've clocked all of this stuff.
Do you realize you made history? You and Chris made history together as the first couple to break up during the finale. Congratulations,
so funny? I sat there after it happened. I was like, has anyone ever done this before? I was like, is this like something? Everyone's like, that goes for standing on business, bitch. You can't say I'm fake. That's for fucking sure. You can't say I was going after that fucking money, bitch. Like, that's all I have to say. I stayed real as fuck this entire fucking season.
Even if it was messy.
Even if it was messy, I'm real as shit.
Okay, let's talk. Are there any toxic patterns that you recognized within yourself from being on Love Island that you are going to try to move forward and break in your future dating life?
Yes. 1, talking over other people when they're talking. I'm working on that. 2, I think being a little clingy early on. 3, there's a lot, honestly. I'm working on myself, bitch.
Oh, it's good.
I think like not getting too defensive about things sometimes. I always say taking accountability. Like I always want to make sure I'm taking accountability for things. You tell me. I feel there's a lot that I'm like.
No, I think that's it. I think it's like everything that you've talked about today and knowing more about your childhood, I think you experienced certain things that as a young girl you should never have had to seen or experience. But what we all now know, especially because thankfully mental health is a larger topic, it's like we now know that whatever your childhood was, it plays a fucking massive part into who you become and who you are. And so the fact that you are in moments repeating patterns, whether you are getting love bombed, it's like there is a reason you're doing that, Huda. There is a reason that you are genuinely so excited when someone is showing you love. Because look back at the beginning of this fucking episode. You had a parent who you trusted and they completely abused their power and their love and all the things, and you didn't feel safe ever. So if someone's making you feel safe and loved, why the fuck wouldn't you be excited to embrace that and enjoy that for even a fucking second, even if it doesn't last long? So it's now on you to take what happened to you in your childhood and now be like, I am now a grown-ass woman and I'm going to do the fucking work so I cannot repeat the patterns and also not let what my parents did and my childhood did define who I am as a woman. But I'm actually going to take that shit. I'm going to learn from that shit and I'm going to be better from that shit. And I know what happened on Love Island was a lot for you mentally, but I do believe even sitting with you today and getting to know you, like I can feel it in you. Like you don't like this shit. Girl. No one wants to be in a toxic relationship because there's fucking shit in you that you still got to work on. And that's okay. Don't we fucking all?
Yeah. And another thing is, I know that there's this thing going around that like they told me I had to act right in order for me to stay on the show. And then I also got told that someone was like, oh, you know, they had to put her in psych all the time. Like, but first of all, I would voluntarily go to psych on my own. I would voluntarily go on my own if I felt like I needed to have a conversation about something because I didn't feel like I could have conversations with the girls around me. I needed a woman to talk to. That's when I would go to psych. And when I felt like there was a time where I felt more emotional, I would go to psych. I wasn't we're so like you are mentally unstable. It was never that. Like, because people knew who I was. Like, they knew the real me. And
you still needed to talk
yeah,
it
I
through.
need to have a conversation. And it's like, I know I have things to work on. Nobody's perfect.
No, fuck no. That's why I think I'm like a little exhausted and tired of the conversation about you online. I'm like, guys, let's fucking calm down. Like, I think, again, what I was saying earlier is like, I watched fucking season 2 of UK Love Island. I was all the way back in those days watching that shit. If your shit was called a crash out, these motherfuckers are up for murder. Like, this shit was fucking unhinged like you've never seen. It's like, I think we have to put in perspective what the scenario was, the environment. This is television. Guess fucking what? As much as people want to deem you as this, that, or the other, you gave us the best fucking TV. And clearly it seems like you do have good relationships with people in the villa. You aren't this big villain that the internet has made you out to be. I do want to just ask though, like, how are you though mentally right now?
I'm fine. I will say, like, I'm really happy I met Amaya.
She's awesome.
She sees me. Like, she really does. Like, I'm truly so grateful that I met that girl. Like, she is there for me 24/7. Even after this, like, she's there for me. And I'm there for her. Like, that is my girl. And Dragon, I love her. But, damn, I'm emotional today. You caught me at a great time. Jesus.
That'll be the thumbnail.
So, just me crying. Call her mommy. So, I am
Period.
So I love her, and I feel like after this whole experience, it's like I'm just happy that I'm here. I'm happy that there's so much love. I'm happy that I'm able to not really focus on the hate. And I'm happy that I have things that are more important to me, which is my family. And those are things that I'm more focused on rather than hate.
Who are you closest to aside from Amaya?
Probably like Nick and Alandria.
I think a lot of people wanted to know, like, the amount of times Nick did vote you to go off. How have you kind of reconciled?
I think that I feel like he was influenced a lot in his decisions. From my perspective, did that happen? I don't know. I think that everybody makes mistakes. I'm all about second chances. Alandria can tell you that. She tells me all the time, like, you made me believe that people deserve second chances. I always felt like no one deserves one, and you see the goodness in people. And that's how I felt about Nick. I love him to death. Like, we were so close. We were such good friends. And, you know, he keeps me in check. I keep him in check. Like, we're great. But yeah, like, I do have good relations outside the villa. But, you know, a lot of people definitely are being a lot nicer. And I clock it. I do. I see these things.
Okay, I feel like I've put you in the hot seat enough today. I get it. The internet is going to be like, why didn't you ask her this? Why didn't you ask her this? Why didn't you? Guys, there's only so much time I can have with her. Part two coming soon. Call her mommy.
I'll be back.
Okay, I'm going to ask you some burning questions. Who was the fakest in the villa?
Sierra.
Who was the worst kisser on the show?
See, this is the thing. I did say, like, oh my God, I feel so bad, but I really don't care because he doesn't even like me. Fucking Jalen swallowed my whole face.
That'll do it.
My entire face. I'm sitting there like.
Who are you dreading seeing at the reunion the most?
I don't know. I think I've seen everybody already except for Jeremiah. I mean, I'm not really dreading. I really don't give a fuck about him, and like at all.
Yeah. Do you guys think you'll have a conversation or no?
I already know he's gonna be like, like we're all friends. I already know. Like I already know he's gonna do that.
Okay. Last. Who is the most exciting guy that has slid into your DMs since you got home?
Bitch, I can't even look at them shits. Every
Why?
time I fucking refresh them hoes, they refresh and there's too many.
Wait.
I literally commented on someone's TikTok. Someone was like, oh yeah, Huda left single, but I look like there's so many guys that are in her DMs. I said, are we looking at the same DMs?
Do you know how to organize your DMs by blue check marks?
No.
Bitch, I gotta teach you.
Do you want to do that now?
Kind of.
Let's get my phone. No, go. None. Like I literally haven't read anything.
Oh my God, I am fucking dying at one of these. We need to talk about this immediately.
Ooh, you're fucking lying.
No, I'm not.
I have so much to tell you. I'm like, damn, bitch, I just want to lay my life on you because there's so much about me that nobody knows.
Well, I was about to say, the minute the cameras go off, then we're going to keep talking, which is so annoying. And I'm so sorry to say that, you guys, but you know, that's
we're about to yap away. You're lying, right?
No,
you're lying.
Literally not.
We're going to stay here forever and be like, okay, so tell me.
No, so wait, what's going on?
So what about you? I want to hear about you.
No.
You're like, never.
Bitch, it's 10 o'clock at night.
You're lying.
No, I'm not kidding.